Sunday afternoon on an overcast Sunday afternoon. Temperature in the mid-60s here today. And Jacksonville trying to close things out with a third win in 4 tries here this weekend and sending Austin Temple out to the mound today. Already what you could argue would be a successful weekend, Chris. You ensured that you won't end it with a losing record, but you'd love to finish it with a winning record if you can find a way to get another one against VCU here this afternoon.
Yeah, great opportunity with a really good pitcher in Austin Temple on the mound. He's been throwing the ball really well, has a lot of confidence up there, and a guy these guys want to play behind. So Dolphins have a great opportunity here to win 3 games on a weekend, and that's what that's your goal every weekend. And like you said, a little overcast day, great day to hit. Sundays usually, historically, a hitting day. So maybe we'll see some offense here today, Scott.
Jacksonville looking for a little offense after last night being stymied by Illinois State in a 4-1 loss, the first setback of the weekend for Jacksonville. After capturing the first 2 games Friday night against Illinois State and then yesterday afternoon against VCU, a 4-2 win for the Dolphins. And stepping into the batter's box to lead things off for the Rams here today, Stephen Carpenter getting the start again at first base for VCU, who enters this game 8-6 on the season. Jacksonville with the loss last night, now 7-9. Austin Temple delivers, and a swing and a miss on a fastball tipped into the mitt of catcher Jacob Southern. At 1 o'clock on the dot, we are underway here on a Sunday.
Somebody came up last night and said they found it.
And a fastball misses up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike on Carpenter, who against Jacksonville yesterday also hit leadoff, went 0 for 4 in that contest, the 1-1. Lifted in the air down the right field line. Giving chase the right fielder Flowers. He'll run out of room as that one lands beyond the dugout out in right. Jacksonville's defensive lineup here today. Langston Prova getting a second consecutive start out in left field. Ruben Samayan back in center. Elias Flowers, who got the initial part of last night's game off in right, is back in the starting lineup. With Anthony George down at third, Dakota Jalila at short, Scott DeBrule at second, and Christian Coypel back at first base after a pinch hitting appearance last night, but not starting the game at first. Jacob Southern doing the catching, and he frames up a fastball on the outside corner, and Austin Temple starting off right where he has left off here the last couple of weeks with a strikeout, looking to begin things here today.
Yeah, really good job there by Austin Temple. Coming out the gate, attacking the zone. An aggressive hitter. Carpenter was that first at bat, first pitch of the game swinging. But Temple got ahead 1-2 and buried him with the fastball in the outside corner.
Austin Temple has been sensational here so far this season as he sets and delivers the first pitch to Paul Witt and misses just low at 89 for ball 1. Temple, ace on pitcher of the week 2 weeks ago for his performance at Southeastern Louisiana win on a Sunday. The 1-0 is a fastball high for ball 1. And he followed that up last week with arguably another ace on pitcher of the week type performance, outdone by his own teammate Trent Palmer, who ended up winning the award. 6 innings for Temple last week with a career-high 8 strikeouts. The 2-0 slap to the left side. It sneaks past George, backhanded deep in the hole by Jalila, but he loses it on the transfer. And a 1-out single for Paul Witt, an infield single for the first hit of the ballgame.
Yeah, it's one of those, as a defender and as a pitcher, you kind of just shrug your shoulders, move on to the next guy. I mean, it was a hands-out swing, roll over to the left side, a little too far to the left for George, and just in that no-man's territory between short and third.
Runner on first with 1 out here in the first. Tyler Locklear, the third baseman. First pitch to him is a fastball that misses downstairs for ball 1. Temple has gone 6 innings in all 3 of his starts this year, all coming on Sundays. Has earned the win in consecutive starts after taking a tough luck L in the opening weekend series. Just misses up high this time at 89, and it is 2-0 to Locklear.
Locklear not really happy with the umpire right there. He looked like he was stepping in the box kind of late. Temple had already come set. He tried to give a time call to the umpire and was not granted that. Wasn't ready for that pitch and kind of has some words after the pitch crossed the plate.
Well, he got a call in his favor on a very close pitch anyway, so maybe it balanced out as a slider misses outside, now 3-0. Temple hits the rosin bag before climbing back onto the rubber. Runner on first, one out here in the first. Temple behind on Tyler Locklear, the right-handed swinging third baseman. The 3-0, and he misses low, and ball 4 drawn by Locklear, and he walks. So runners at first and second here for VCU in the top of the first inning.
Number 12, Brendan Henson.
A strikeout, a hit, and a walk, and VCU threatening. Rams did not score their first run against Jacksonville until the 5th inning yesterday.
And this is where we've seen Austin Temple, the 2020 Austin Temple, a completely different guy than what he was in his freshman year, 2018, with runners at first and second, bases loaded. This is where Temple has shown a lot of maturity this year and settling down. And
first pitch swinging, high fly ball out into deep center field. Tracking back on it to his left, Samayan makes the catch. Tagging up at second, Witt. He heads down to third. Hits the cutoff man behind the bag at second, Jalila, to keep the runner at first base. A long fly out for Brandon Henson on the first pitch he sees. Advances the runner down to third. Runners at the corners, now 2 outs here in the first.
Right fielder, number 19, Jack Schroeder.
So it's up to Jack Schroeder to try and drive in a run in this opportunity in the first for VCU. Schroeder yesterday came off the bench as a pinch hitter against Jacksonville, went 1 for 2 with a strikeout. On the year, hitting .381, has driven in just 3. First pitch he sees, checks his swing on a slider down low. They'll appeal down to first to see if he went around. He did not. And a ground ball hit toward short. Off of 2 hops, Jalila scoops, tosses underhand the short way to Jabrul at second base, forcing out the final out of the inning. So Temple, as you indicated, has done a very nice job this season. When he gets into tough situations, he grinds and gets the final 2 outs, stranding 2 men on. We head to the home half of the first. Jacksonville's first wraps up coming. Ruben Samayan, Scott DeBrule, Anthony George due up when we return. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
This is Jacksonville women's basketball head coach Darnell Haney. Shenatry Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of JU Athletics, located east of downtown in the Arlington neighborhood. Shenatry Chiropractic specializes in acupuncture for pain relief and sports performance. See how their quality chiropractic care can help you with back pain, neck pain, auto accidents, sciatica, and more. For more information about Shenatry Chiropractic, please visit CHANATRYDC.com. Shenatry Chiropractic.
What do LeBron James, Mark Wahlberg, and JU's own Russell Knox all have in common? They're improving their athletic performance thanks to cryotherapy. Now you too can recover like the elite athletes at Cryotherapy Jax. It's Jacksonville's premier recovery center, providing cutting-edge therapy treatments including whole-body cryotherapy, Normatec, and red light therapy. For more information, check out cryotherapyjax.com.
yeah. It's yesterday's. Today's.
Bottom of the first inning, Jacksonville bringing Ruben Samayan, Scott DeBrule, Anthony George to the plate. Here to start things off, trying to get back to what they did the other day well, and that was score early and often.
Number 4, Ruben Samayan.
And that does wonders for your confidence as a lineup when you come out of the gate getting guys on base, executing early, and getting a few numbers across the scoreboard early in the game. Give you a little confidence, gives the pitcher confidence on the mound. So hopefully Jacksonville can keep that tendency up here, and you got a good guy at the plate, Ruben Samayan, who can really set the tone.
He's been very good early in games here this weekend, and he takes a first pitch fastball from Justin Sorakowski to start the at-bat. In at the letters yesterday against Illinois State, Samayan led off with a double. Against VCU, he led off with a double. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, and he takes it outside, a fastball for ball 1. He also had a single against Illinois State on Friday night, so he has 3 consecutive leadoff hits here this weekend, trying to make that 4 in a row. The 1-1 from the right-hander, and that is a breaking ball down and outside for ball 2. And a fastball outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to Ruben Samayan, who fell behind 0-1 to start and has battled his way back. Sorakowski, the redshirt junior, 6'2", 210 pounds from Mechanicsville, Virginia, delivers the 3-1 and misses outside, ball 4. So Ruben is an on-base machine here to start off ball games this year. And that sets up Jacksonville well, exactly what they're looking to do. Runner on first, nobody out, and here comes Scott DeBrule, who saw his on-base streak end last night. He had reached base in every game this season until the Illinois State game yesterday evening, in which he was unable to draw a walk, get hit by a pitch, or come up with a hit.
Yeah, we're sitting here wondering if that was ever possible again for Scott DeBrule to not even get on base just every at-bat.
First pitch swinging and a foul ball to the left side out of play. I brought it up yesterday in the first game, Chris, but absolutely incredible. If you look at now Jacksonville having played 16 games this season, Scott DeBrule took a 32-game on-base streak into the final game of last season, so he has only not reached base twice. As they throw over to first to check, has only not reached base twice here in the last, got to do some quick math in my head, in the last 49 games for Jacksonville.
I mean, that's just incredible, and that is, and Scott DeBrule is a huge part, a huge key to their success. When he goes, the team goes.
Ground ball to the right side, foul. Nice bare hand by first base coach Morgan Depew, who rocks back and rifles that one over on one hop to Anthony George in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, I'll get the dugout going. Even Hayes is sitting there getting a chuckle. I mean, you could see Morgan was all types of fired up. He snagged it, threw it right back to the dugout. You got to love that.
Former infielder himself, Morgan Depew, works with the infielders here as a coach, the volunteer assistant in his second year. He's the veteran on the staff for Jacksonville this year, breaking in a couple of new assistants other than him. 0-2 the count on DeBrule, the runner on first and nobody out. The pitch. And it stays up and away. A breaking ball that did not break much to Scott DeBrule. No trouble laying off that pitch.
And this is where Scotty becomes that tough hitter. And, you know, obviously he can do damage and counts where he's ahead, but it's when he's behind he just becomes so difficult to get out.
Down in the dirt, away from DeBrule again.
He all he does is he battles and battles. He spits away those pitches that are on the, you know, the corner of the plate, maybe at the bottom of the zone. And he doesn't give you any inch. And he's gonna make you earn every out that he causes.
Runner false break on a ball that is lifted down the line in left field, a foul ball off the light pole.
A good idea there by Coach Hayes. Just, you know, giving Ruben the false break there. Probably had no intention to steal. All he's trying to do there is get the infielders to move their feet some way, get them uncomfortable, get those middle infielders to commit to second base. It opens up the field a little bit more, especially for a hitter like Scott DeBrule with 2 strikes.
2-2 again, and DeBrule off the end of the bat down towards short. It takes a weird hop on Aguila. He has trouble picking it up, and finally scoops and steps on the bag just a half step before Ruben Samayan was able to slide in to get the force out at second, but no double play as the shortstop Aguila had a little bit of trouble on that ball, which had some spin coming off of the bat, bounced off the mound as well on its way out to short, and turns into out number 1 on the force out. DeBrule safe on the fielder's choice at first base. He replaces Samayan over there. But Jacksonville nearly got a break and nearly a 2-on with nobody out there. Here's Anthony George. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the first, scoreless game. Throw over to first to check on DeBrule. We've seen Jacksonville over the last week and a half or so really start to pick up the running game a little bit more. Of course, always been an active team on the base pass, maybe not reflected in the true straight steal numbers, but this year's team certainly has speed all up and down the lineup to make them dangerous. First pitch to George, 89 at the knees for a strike. Anthony George has had a pretty good weekend at the plate for Jacksonville. Had a hit last night. Of course, drove in 5 on Friday night against Illinois State. The 0-1. Breaking ball up and in, nearly hits him.
No, it got him.
No, it did hit him. Got him on the sleeve. So George, hit by a pitch, moves a runner into scoring position.
I thought I heard two ticks.
We'll take it. And a great opportunity here for Jacksonville's RBI leader, Christian Coypel, to give Jacksonville an early lead.
Those are the best type of hit by pitches.
Yeah, the ones you can't feel.
the ones that the umpire tells you got hit by a pitch.
You don't have to know it.
I'll take the free bag.
Runners at first and second with 1 out. Christian Coypel standing in. Came in as a pinch hitter last night with runners at the corners and 2 outs as Jacksonville tried to rally against Illinois State. Got a pretty good hold of one, but not quite enough as he flew out to right to end the ball game as the first pitch runs outside with a cut fastball for ball 1 to the lefty Coypel. He has driven in the most RBI this season for Jacksonville, 14. The 1-0 pitch is down to the dirt on a slider for ball 2. Scott DeBrule runs well, standing down at second base. Anthony George at first. Jacksonville does not have a hit yet in this ball game, but has put a couple of men on, thanks to a walk and a hit by pitch from Justin Sorakowski. He delivers the 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Coypel chasing away. Falls behind, or the count moves to 2 balls and a strike now. Two-one pitch. Slicing ball toward the left side. Backing up on it, the shortstop Locklear, or the third baseman, Locklear. And he makes the catch at the edge of the outfield grass for out number 2. Jammed Coypel there.
Yeah, ran a fastball in on his hands. Coypel didn't get the barrel to the zone in time. Got him off the inside, right on the thumbs there, and just a flare out, easy play for the third baseman. And pitcher gets himself into a much better situation. Sorakowski's, goes from first and second, 1 out, really dangerous situation, to now 2 outs, and a ground ball, fly ball gets out of it.
Here's Jacob Southern catching here today. First pitch he sees, and he knocks a foul ball straight back to the screen. A rising fastball from Sorakowski, near 90 on the gun, and that one just missed by Jacob Southern, who has driven in a pair of runs in the last 2 days with a couple of doubles here so far this weekend. The 0-1, and he takes a slider at the knees for strike 2. Southern quickly behind in the count, will work to protect. Oh, 2. And a high pop up in the infield, right side into foul territory. Shedding the mask, Simon reaches up with the left hand, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Jacksonville strands a pair on base. Both teams have left 2 on already here through 1. Scoreless game. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Calling all Little Dolphin fans, the Duncan Kids Club is back for the 2019-2020 season. This year, you have the option to choose between our 2 memberships, the Dolphin Free Membership and the VIP Dolphin Club. Kids Club members must be in 8th grade or younger and will receive exclusive benefits, including access to home events, a t-shirt, a lanyard, and more. To learn more about membership benefits and to sign up, check out our Fan Zone tab on JUDolphins.com.
The Hampton Inn Oceanfront Jacksonville Beaches location is perfect for everything from a weekend getaway, a corporate conference, or even a beautiful beach wedding. Our heated lagoon-style pool with cascading waterfalls and rock grottos sets the mood for rest and relaxation. Our unique event space and full-service catering department offers everything you need for any special event. Join us at the Tides Beach Bar and Grill where you can enjoy the ocean breeze and your favorite libation. Call the Hampton Inn Oceanfront for more details at 904-241-2311.
We head to the second inning, scoreless between Jacksonville and VCU. This final game of 5 being played here this weekend at John Sessions Stadium. 3 each played by VCU and Illinois State. 4 for the Jacksonville Dolphins, the homestanding Dolphins. And they are trying to close things out with 3 wins in 4 games. Hunter Vay, the DH, leading it off. He swings left-handed. Got the start as the catcher against Jacksonville in yesterday's game. Today he is DHing, making his 7th start of the season. He's just 5 for 20 in the young year. First pitch swinging, ground ball, and it is knocked down by Coypel. Picked up barehanded by DeBrule. Throws on the run to Temple, who went over to cover, but Vay beats it out. And 2 hits for VCU today. Neither one of them have left the infield.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting play. It was a tough play. First of all, Coypel sliding to his right. Looked like it hit off the tip of his glove, maybe his bare hand. Rolled to Scotty, who had the whereabouts to come make a bare hand play and made a great throw. Temple did his job, got to the bag in time. The runner just beat it out. I mean, solid effort defensively there by the Dolphins, but, just unlucky.
Now out of the stretch, Temple delivers a bunt offered by Josh Simon, the catcher, and he fouls it off to the left side.
Tell you what, the Rams are aggressive today at the plate. They're almost, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 batters now have swung at the first pitch. They've seen first strike they've seen. So Temple's definitely got to make sure he's not leaving anything too much over the plate early in counts.
Throw over to first to check on the runner. Vay dives back in safely. Has not attempted a stolen base this year. We saw some rather bizarre base running last night from Illinois State. They ran themselves into outs 3 different times last night on just not being present on the base pass. The 0-1, fastball runs away for ball 1. There was one time where a guy hit a single, rounded first, and got picked off behind on the throw coming back in. Caught that in a rundown. Another guy took an ambitious turn around third on a base hit toward the left side that Dakota Jalila did a great job of stopping from rolling into left field. The 1-1. Fly ball out into right field. On the run, Flowers headed toward foul territory. Still watching, and that one lands into the VCU bullpen.
Foul ball.
A third. Jalila threw a ball away to first base as he tried to get maybe a little too ambitious on an excellent sliding stop deep in the hole, but the ball caromed so nicely off of the railing protecting the visiting dugout right back to Jacob Southern that he was able to scoop, throw down to second, and they had the runner dead to rights halfway to the bag at second base as he tried to advance on the throwing error. And there was a pickoff. Illinois State won the game, but probably not feeling too great about the base running at the end of it. At least it's one you can laugh off maybe after the fact. Fastball misses high, 2-2. You say, boy, guys, we weren't good in that regard, but at least we were good enough in the other regards to win the game. You hate to lose a game because of those mistakes, because then they just magnify.
And now they have to run at practice next week. Not punishment running, just they have to do some base running, and that just adds to the running on the day.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball stays up. Full count for the first time today to a hitter. Runner on first, nobody out here in the second for VCU. Wind starting to billow in from left field. Time called by Josh Simon. Spit on the batting gloves, rub them together, adjust the strap on the left one. Now he'll get back into the box. Temple turns and throws over to first again. Simon, also a pinch hitter against Jacksonville in the first time these two teams met yesterday. Reached base one time, ended up coming in to score a run, also struck out. Payoff pitch, grounded toward third base. Sliding, George has a hard time picking it up, sticks with it, throws on to first, and gets the out. Anthony George sliding to his left, knocked the baseball down. First reached down with the bare hand to pick it up, was unsuccessful. Second was, and a rocket throw from the catcher playing third base over to first just in time to retire Josh Simon. And that is a big first out of the inning because it goes one out, runner at second instead of two on with no one out.
Yeah, really good play there by George. It's a hard hit baseball right to his left. He was able to get the glove on it and then, stayed underneath his feet. Kept control. He did kind of bobble it for a second, but he could have easily just kicked that ball and never picked it up or threw it away.
First pitch, bunt shown by Brett Young, the center fielder, and he pulls the bat back on a pitch that misses up and in. That's one of the times you're glad to see a catcher out there running on the base paths.
Yeah, that's something that they're used to on those dirt balls with two strikes. They got to block it, get up, find the ball, find the bag, get the that literally looked like he was blocking a ball on a drop third strike. So great job by Anthony George there.
Young calls time. Well, yes, definitely good to have a catcher over there at third. I was saying Simon not the fleetest of foot.
Oh, well, yeah, that helps
I think
too.
we saw that on display as well.
That helps too.
Two 2-0 the count after Temple misses away with another one to Young. Brett Young out in center field again here today. 0 for 4 yesterday with a pair of strikeouts against the Dolphins. Runner at second base with one out. Wind's starting to pick up now. 2-0. And Temple locates with the strike on the outside edge at 92. VCU has had a runner in scoring position each of the first two innings. Austin Temple with his jersey and his pants flapping in the wind, standing on the mound. Kicks and deals the 2-1 and bends in a curveball for strike two.
It's one of those days where you, as a fan, you're going to look and see, hey, where's the wind blowing? And you look at the American flag out in center field, and you're like, wait, it's not even moving.
Right.
It's going over the trees, and it's coming in from left.
2-2 pitch, another curveball. This one fouled off by Young to stay alive. Yeah, there's times in which you see the wind and the flag's moving, but you probably don't see the effect on the field so much. And today's one of those where the wind is a little bit lower. The 2-2. Off the hands, fouled over to the right side. A pinch hitter standing on deck for VCU here in the second inning. Liam Hibbets, who you noted when we got the lineup card, wasn't in the starting lineup. Arguably the best player for this VCU team, an outstanding hitter, preseason All-American. Started a DH yesterday against Jacksonville, and he's already on deck, looking like he's going to hit for Alex Aguila. The 2-2. Downstairs with the fastball, and the count is full.
Is VCU trying a new strategy, having an opening shortstop?
I don't know. That's a new one to me.
And so, like the MLB is, teams are starting having the openers in the first inning. Maybe they're starting a defensive opener. I don't know. Either that or somebody messed up the lineup card, and we're going to have an interesting couple minutes here.
Brett Norwood is the normal shortstop. He's been dealing with a bit of an injury. Did not get to start here today, but maybe he's coming back in. Bloop foul ball to the right side. Young has done a really nice job in battling here, and this is now an 8-pitch at-bat, about to go 9. It'll be the 30th pitch of the ballgame already for Austin Temple. Runner at second base with 1 out. Another payoff pitch, and it hit Simon on a check swing. Did he go around? They're appealing to first. And he did. He strikes out. I don't know what took so long. The umpire from behind the plate was walking out there pointing to the first base umpire for what felt like an eternity. And now this is my favorite move. First base umpire saying, no, don't come out and argue this. No, every coach has every right to go out there and argue this, and you're the one that made the call. You better stick with it. And you better be able to defend it as well.
And well, you got Rick Darby out in first base, and
Rick Darby has no time for anybody. And now he's walking away from head coach Sean Stifler.
Oh, and he's gone.
And he throws Stifler out of the ball game. My goodness, this has escalated quickly.
It's kind of interesting.
They were trying to argue whether or not this hit the bat on the check swing versus whether or not it was just it hit him. Now, the problem was, I don't think Young did a good job in selling that because he took off for first.
Yeah, we got a pinch hitter there. Sorry to interrupt you, but they are announcing a pinch hitter.
So Sean Stifler just got ejected for VCU.
Liam Hibbets.
And so here is Liam Hibbets pinch hitting for Alex Aguila. Runner down at second base. 2 outs, thanks to the strike 3 call on the check swing. Second time in as many games that Jacksonville has gotten a nice call in their favor on a strikeout against VCU.
Yeah, I can't say I completely agree with the call on the field with the check swing. I thought he held back, but Rick Darby down there at first base certainly did not think he held back.
The 1-0 pitch is located on the outside edge with the breaking ball for strike 1. That was just an odd scenario to begin with. Obviously, Young didn't believe that, or at least wasn't acting like it was a foul ball, as he took off for first, acting like he got hit, thinking that he had held up on the check swing as well. The 1-1. Fastball fouled back. And then our home plate umpire stepped out immediately from behind the plate, said, did he go around? Did he go around? And there was a good 5 seconds before Darby, I don't know if he didn't see him pointing to him, if he was looking in a different direction. But then once he saw him, he goes, yes, he's out.
Yeah, it looked like Darby was walking up the line towards the bag. It looked like he was saying something to the home plate umpire, John Lavin, or somebody before he finally made the call.
Lavin was also behind the dish yesterday for some interesting calls as Temple misses outside, now 2-2. Lavin worked the plate in this same matchup yesterday afternoon. And actually that was Kevin Flay that worked the plate yesterday. Yeah, Lavin was over at third base for that game.
And Kevin Flay's out in the shortstop area right now. He's the third base umpire today.
2-2 is belted out to right field, but right at Flowers, who reaches up with the right hand and makes the grab for out number 3. So a bizarre second inning. Top of the second inning comes to a close, and Austin Temple the beneficiary as he keeps VCU off the board, stranding a man in scoring position for the second straight inning. Dolphins bringing McKenna, Provitt, and Flowers to the plate when we return in a scoreless contest. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here, you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You've come to the right place.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, and I want to welcome you to Hodges Mazda at the Avenues. Here at Hodges Mazda, we believe the vehicle sale is just the beginning of our commitment to you. We want you to enjoy a long-lasting ownership experience. Our factory-trained technicians are here to guarantee top-notch service in a timely manner. In addition, when you buy from Hodges Mazda, you'll receive your first oil change on us, and you'll receive free car washes for life. That's the Hodges Mazda guarantee. Visit us online today at hodgesmazda.com.
McKenna, the designated hitter, leading off things for Jacksonville in the bottom of the second. No score yet between the Dolphins and VCU. In this final game of the weekend, McKenna with a pinch hit, base hit yesterday, and gets the start here at DH today, second start of his Jacksonville career. Dad in attendance here today as well, making the trip up from Valrico as McKenna takes a strike at the knees to begin the at-bat. Sorokowski delivers, and a bouncing ball to the left side. The new shortstop makes the play, throwing on to first base to get the out. And that is Witt that has shifted over to short. The first baseman Carpenter has shifted over to second. And staying in the game after pinch hitting last inning, half inning, Liam Hibbets is now playing first base for VCU. So Alex Aguila not long for this ball game as he plays one inning and exits in this one.
Not sure what he did wrong, but
bouncing ball to the left side. Langston Provitt over the head of the shortstop Locklear down the third baseline. He is headed into second base and has a stand-up double with one out here in the second. Nice job by Provitt. And he is in scoring position for Jacksonville. First hit of the ball game for the Dolphins. One out here in the second. And here comes Elias Flowers.
Good job. Good job there by Provitt. You know, just hitting something hard down the left field line. Got snuck past the third baseman and diving attempt. And it was kind of, shot over his head. It was one of those ones where it hit that front clay and got the ball spinning the right direction.
You know what? The threat that Provitt is to bunt every time, I think, played a lot into that because the third baseman Locklear was in very close, expecting maybe a sneaky bunt as the first pitch slider misses down and into the lefty swinging Flowers for ball one. They're expecting bunt again here potentially to move the runner over with one out. Flowers has done that so far this season a couple times. They are playing him to pull. The third baseman Locklear is in close at third as Sorokowski locates with a fastball in the outside corner for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Flowers. Runner at second base with one out. Jacksonville trying to strike first. Dolphins have scored first in 10 of the 16 games they have played so far this season. Sorokowski kicks the leg up and looks the runner Provitt back. Of course, Provitt, you got to be aware, he's a candidate to steal third too. Fastest guy, arguably, certainly for the Dolphins, arguably on the field here today. Stole 2 bases earlier this weekend in 1 inning. The 1-1. Breaking ball stays up and away.
Something about those dual sport athletes, they're different.
Provitt, of course, a football player and a baseball player in high school. Started his career as a college football player at Ohio University before hanging up the helmet and the cleats and switching over to baseball. The football helmet and cleats, that is. Another 2-1 breaking ball misses away, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Flowers. Dakota Jalila on deck for Jacksonville. The 3-1. Flowers bounces one to the right side of the infield, charging in on it. The second baseman, Carpenter, throws low on to first, but a good stretch by Hibbets, and Flowers out by a half step for route number 2. The runner advances down to third on the play.
Shortstop number 2.
And it's up to Dakota Jalila to come up with a base hit here to give Jacksonville a run. Dolphins trying to avoid the same fate that befell VCU in the first 2 innings in which they got a runner into scoring position but was unable to push that runner home. Jalila has driven in 7 this year. Runner on third, 2 outs. And Cota takes a first pitch slider on the outside edge for a strike. Jalila 0 for 4 last night. The 0-1 is hit on the ground to the right side, ranging to his left. Up with it, Carpenter on to first, inning over. Jacksonville leaves another man in scoring position. Both teams have stranded 3 on through 2. It's still scoreless as we head to the third. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Folks, the First Coast has voted. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to be chosen as Bold City's best in the orthopedic practice and physical therapy and rehab center categories. For the last 25 years, JOI has continually strived for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. As the needs of the community evolve, so will they. That's why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call them at JOI 2000 or visit JOI.net. Go where the pros go.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, and I want to welcome you to Hodges Mazda at the Avenues. Here at Hodges Mazda, we strive to ensure a satisfying and comfortable car buying experience. Whether you're looking for a brand new Mazda or a pre-owned vehicle, we have a great selection to choose from. Hodges Mazda wants to provide you with peace of mind. If you find the same new Mazda for less within 3 days, Hodges Mazda will pay you the difference or your money back. That's the Hodges Mazda guarantee. Visit us online today at hodgesmazda.com.
We head to the third. No score yet between Jacksonville and VCU. Austin Temple out for a third inning of work. And he faces the top of the order and the second baseman, Stephen Carpenter, to begin things here in the third inning. Missing low with a fastball at 93 to start the frame. Carpenter struck out looking his first time up. The 1-0. Temple paints the outside corner at 79 with the slider here. And it's a ball and a strike on Carpenter. 2 hits for VCU so far, just 1 for Jacksonville. No runs in this ball game as a fastball misses low. 2-1. An adventurous, scoreless game, though. We've seen both teams push runners into scoring position through the first 2 innings and leave them there, with some missed opportunities and some interesting calls. The 2-1 pitch grounded toward the left side. Sliding stop made by Anthony George at third. Up to his feet. Throws on to first. And an easy play throw-wise for out number 1. Carpenter out by several steps. Here to start the third. Brings up Paul Witt. Bases empty, 1 out. Witt singled his first time up. Advanced all the way around at third, but was stranded there. Temple sets and delivers and misses low and away with a fastball to begin the at-bat. Witt now at shortstop after starting the game at second, with the interesting switch here early in this game for VCU, the 1-0. And a slider got away from Jacob Southern. 2 balls and no strikes. Overcast here today in Jacksonville. Temperature warmer than yesterday, sitting in the low 60s right now. The 2-0. And that misses up and in at 89 for ball 3. Going to warm up here in Jacksonville over the course of the next several days. 75 tomorrow, into the 80s the rest of the week, with the Players' Championship coming in this week as the 3-0 pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. I'm sure that golf fans are excited about those temperatures. I know it was That's always a concern with the tournament moving back to March last year. The 3-1 hit back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Paul Witt with a 2-hit day. And he gives VCU a 1-out base runner here in the third. Brings up Tyler Locklear, who walked his first time up.
Number 28, Tyler Locklear.
Temperatures in the 80s. I mean, at that point, you're starting to look at what it was like most of the time when the event was held in May. And it doesn't look like there's a ton of rain in the forecast either later in the week, which will be nice as well. Of course, the big news surrounding that, Tiger Woods announcing this week that he would not participate as the first pitch curveball just misses up for ball 1 to Locklear, which is always unfortunate. I mean, the Players' Championship hails itself as the best field in golf, and even if Tiger's not playing quite the Tiger levels, he is a name that draws a lot of interest, has won the event before, generally plays pretty well at Sawgrass as Temple locates into the inside corner this time at 79 to even the count of 1.
Yeah, I got the opportunity last year to go to the Players on Sunday, which was awesome. And I followed Tiger. He wasn't in contention for anything last year, but I got to follow him for a couple holes, and just pretty cool when you get to watch that guy.
The 1-1. Fastball that slipped out of the hand of Temple and misses high and in. 2-1. Runner on first, 1 out, no score here in the top of the third. Yeah, a cool event. I mean, one of the premier events here on the First Coast every year. 2-1 pitch. And he bends in another breaking ball, this time for strike 2.
It's like a calmer Florida, Georgia with golf.
Yeah, I have not been since it returned to March. Obviously, just did one time last year. We were up in Greensboro this time last year for the event. And, I know that it was I didn't know how much of a party it was compared to years in the past. The 2-2, well done by Temple as he dots the outside corner with another breaker for strike 3 called. That is his third strikeout of the ball game. He sits down Locklear for out number 2 here in the third. Runner on first. Here comes Brandon Henson to the plate.
Yeah, really good job there by Temple mixing it up. He obviously had Locklear guessing. He broke off a nasty curveball, 2-2. It seemed to be pretty over the plate. It didn't look like it was a 50-50 call, and just got Locklear guessing.
Check on the runner at first. Back in safely, Paul Witt. This year with Jacksonville at home next weekend against UNCG as another throw over to first. Dolphins playing so many games at home this year, which is, a really nice thing when it comes to just getting comfortable. For me, it's less time on a bus, so I will always appreciate that. First pitch here into Henson, and a slider called a strike.
You mean to tell me you don't appreciate the 8-hour ride sitting in a crammed bus with 30 other guys?
I do get a seat to myself, so that's a huge plus. But after those long bus rides with football season, turning into the long bus rides with basketball season, now into the long bus rides with baseball season, you get a little tired. I'm not as young as I used to be, Chris. I ain't as young as I once was. The 0-1. Fastball away. I used to be able to sleep really well on buses, too, when I was younger. These days, I don't know. I got to take some sort of a sleep agent, it feels like, to help me out.
My first couple years, I was always excited for road trips. Thought it was so much fun.
1-1. Stays up with a breaking ball.
I actually had trouble sleeping on buses my first couple years, but by my fifth year, one, I hated bus rides. I just wanted to stay at home all the time. And two, I was out before the bus left John Sessions Stadium.
Yeah, I usually have a easier time sleeping on the way out than the way back. I don't know what it is. The 2-1. Another curveball located on the outside corner of the right-handed swinging Henson for a strike, 2-2. Tell you what, the ones I had the easiest time sleeping is those Tuesday afternoon trips to Tallahassee. You're going out to play FAM. It's warm on the bus. Next thing you know, you eat a sandwich or whatever the box lunch is, and I'm catching some shut-eye on the way out there on that 2.5-hour drive. The 2-2 pitch. Tries to locate a fastball on the outside edge, doesn't get it. Full count.
You know, those were actually the bus rides I didn't sleep on.
So you and I, we've discovered are polar opposites when it comes to sleeping on buses.
I definitely got sleep on the long ones, but the ones to Gainesville and Orlando and Tallahassee, normally I would just, find a video or, something to watch, maybe rewatch the game if it was on ESPN.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed on another curveball up and in on Henson. Back-to-back strikeouts and the inning for Temple, who strands another man on here in the third. We head to the home half. Jacksonville, VCU scoreless. Top of the order due up for the Dolphins when we return. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
This is Stephen Lucy, team physician for Jacksonville University. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute are the team behind your team, serving as the official sports medicine provider for Jacksonville University. JOI offers a complete range of orthopedic care and rehabilitation services to keep the Dolphins on the field and in the game. Don't you want to go where the pros go? Visit JOI.net or call JOI 2000 for more information.
To stay on top of your game, it's important to take good care of yourself. And that's exactly what Baptist Primary Care doctors specialize in, helping you know the score when it comes to your health. And with more than 1,400 physicians in our network, Baptist Primary Care is your direct link to all of Baptist Health. To establish a relationship with a Baptist Primary Care doctor near you, call 202-CARE. Baptist Health, proud to be the official healthcare provider for JU Athletics.
Done here on this Sunday at John Sessions Stadium. Kids Day presented by Simply Healthcare. Bounce house is set up. Kids running the bases after the game. Am I too old to get my voucher for a free hot dog and frozen treat? That is the only question I have. Scott Manzi, Chris Lehane back with you here. Speaking of old, Chris, you celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Ruben Samayan leading off things for Jacksonville in the top of the third.
It's not a great number.
What are you, 25?
Yeah.
You can rent a car now. First pitch is a breaking ball from Sorakowski inside on Samayan for strike one.
That seems like more of a responsibility than a perk.
Yeah, I tell you what, the only times I've rented cars is like work-related things. So the 0-1 swung on and missed by Samayan, who walked his first time up. He's quickly behind 0-2.
That's what I was telling my dad last night. I said, yeah, he said the same thing. You can rent a car now.
It's such a throwaway line. And it's just what people say
and
every time they hear you turn 25.
Yeah, I can rent a car, but does that mean I can still use your credit card to pay for it?
0-2 pitch. And Samayan takes a breaking ball upstairs for ball one.
Can I go yeah, I'm 25, I want to rent this car, but let me call my dad and get his information. Cause
it's like one of those things where it's like, what are you going to do? Like the day after your 25th birthday, going to rent a car for the heck of it? Like, nobody's going to do that. The 1-2. That bounces in the dirt in front of the plate to even the count. When I turned 18, everybody's like, oh, now you can buy a lottery ticket. And I worked at Publix at the time. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket because they sell them right here. Well, I closed that night. By the time I was done, I'd forgotten to buy a lottery ticket, and they weren't selling them anymore. I've still never bought a lottery ticket to this day. The 2-2. Misses inside.
I've never bought a...
I've scratch-offs that other people have purchased for me. I've just never actively gone in and bought one on my own.
I've bought a couple. Just, it's like I was paying at Publix and you got $3 in your wallet. And what am I going to do with these $3? Let's see if I can make 5 out of it.
Payoff pitch. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Charging to his left. Witt fields it from behind the bag at second. Throws it low. It bounces off of the base at first. And is backed up nicely by the catcher Simon. But Samayan reaches.
I'm going E3 there. That ball should have been caught. That ball, I know I'm a middle infielder, and I understand, but that ball did not bounce. I think that got under the glove there of Hibbett's.
Well, it's an error. on VCU, the first of the ball game for either team, or the second of the ball game total. First of the ball game for VCU, and for the second time today, Ruben Samayan has reached to lead off an inning. He's at first in a scoreless contest in the bottom of the third, and here is Scott DeBrule. Infield in at third. Pitch is upstairs, but as the runner took off, but Simon had a hard time with the transfer and was never able to make a throw down to second base, and Samayan steals second to move into scoring position.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that was a straight steal either. Dolphins and specifically Scott DeBrule might have gotten away with a missign or a misexecution. It looked like Ruben kind of waited and made sure he didn't get picked off there.
Curveball catches the outside corner to DeBrule, making it a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Scotty. Runner down at second base is Ruben Samayan. Third straight inning, Jacksonville's had a man in scoring position. Trying to actually push one across here to get the scoring started on a Sunday afternoon. Sorokowski looks Samayan back to second. Can Jacksonville make VCU pay for the error? Big hole to the right side, 1-1. He drops down a bunt, pushes it to the right side of the mound, fielded by Sorokowski. Tosses underhand down over to first base to force out DeBrule, but a sacrifice bunt moves the runner up 90. And he is now at third with just one out. A variety of different ways for Jacksonville to try and push in this first run of the game with just one gone.
That's, the Dolphins really helped themselves there. They also got a little bit of help there from VCU with obviously the error to put Ruben on. Ruben stealing second with a little bit of help from the catcher, bobbling the baseball, and then add a little execution in there. We got a runner at third with one out with the heart of your lineup coming up.
First pitch to Anthony George. And a breaking ball called strike one in the outside corner to the right-handed swinging third baseman. Runner at third, Ruben Samayan, reached on the error, stole second, advanced to third on the sacrifice bunt. Infield is in for VCU, trying to keep that run from scoring here in the third. The 0-1 to George, and that one misses upstairs at 85. Sorokowski sets. The 1-1 pitch, and George, a line shot to second base, caught by Carpenter, lunging to his left for the second out of the inning, and that was a well-struck baseball by Anthony George the other way. Carpenter just made a nicer play to take away what would have been the first run of the ball game for Jacksonville, and it's up to Christian Coypel for the second time in the last 3 innings to try and drive in a run. And we'll get a mound visit here from VCU to have a chat with Sorokowski on the mound.
Lefty in the bullpen for VCU. Looks like number 20.
That is Jaden Griffin. For Sorokowski, this is his 6th start of the season. He's thrown 17 innings coming into the day.
You sure?
And he'll stay out there.
It says Jaden Griffin's a right-hander on the sheet.
Well, we had some, don't look at that roster, issues with that one here this weekend, which are out of our control and out of
it does say left-handed pitcher
control
here.
As well. Blame the scoring system stat crew for creating roster issues in that regard. Looking at the actual roster, he is a lefty. Here is a shot off the end of the bat by Coypel into left field. Scoring a run, Christian Coypel with an RBI single. He goes the other way to drive in his 15th of the year, in Jacksonville scores first here on Sunday, 1-0 Dolphins.
Great piece of hitting there by Christian Coypel. First pitch, felt like he knew what he was getting there, or at least had the right approach. Drives a fastball on the outside part of the plate, right over the the third baseman's head, into the left field, down the left field line. Just a great piece of hitting. It's what you want to see out of Coypel there.
Seemed like that's what he was trying to do in the last at-bat and ended up kind of popping it up to third base. And this time he was able to get the barrel to it and drives in the first run of the day. And he continues with a runner on first for Jacob Southern. 0 for 1 here this afternoon, and he takes a first pitch, 77 at the knees. 4 strike, 1. We might be losing an umbrella down in the patio section in right field. The 0-1 curveball in the inner half's called strike 2 to Southern. It is a blustery day here. The wind has picked up. Was not blowing that much in the pregame, but it has been pretty steady here since really the game started off. Not an umbrella's friend. I had a traumatic event as about a 2-year-old thanks to an umbrella blowing away on a beach one time. The 0-2 pitch, check swing on a fastball away.
We got to hear more of this.
If my mom was here, she would love this story. But I don't know. I was probably 2 or 3 out at the beach one day. We had a beach umbrella. Maybe one of the dumbest inventions of all time, right? Beach umbrella, because it's always windy at the beach, and umbrellas and wind don't mix together. And the umbrella blew away several times, and I was just distraught as the breaking ball misses away, now 2-2. I mean, we're talking could not control myself tears. And my mom didn't know whether or not to laugh or to calm me down. I think she did both.
At first, I thought you were going to have a story of the runaway umbrella chasing you down the beach.
No, it wasn't attacking me. It just ran away from me. 2-2. And here's a ground ball towards short. Out of the belly of Witt, he tosses underhand onto second base to force out the lead runner, Coypel, for the final out of the inning. But Jacksonville strikes first thanks to a Christian Coypel RBI single. The Jacksonville run batted in leader, tacking another one onto his total. 1-0 through 3 here in Jacksonville. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Is hip or knee pain getting in the way of doing the things you love? Waiting to see the doctor could be making your condition worse. If you've had any of the 5 hip or knee symptoms that shouldn't be ignored, like pain or discomfort while sitting, driving, walking, exercising, or even sleeping, and haven't found relief from anti-inflammatory medicine, it's time to see the specialists at Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our physicians offer new and innovative treatments for hip and knee pain. And the doctors at JOI are Jacksonville's most experienced at using Makoplasty, a state-of-the-art surgical technique that harnesses robotic technology for precision placement of hip and knee implants. Don't live with hip or knee pain a moment longer. Make an appointment today with a hip and knee specialist from Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Call 904-JOI-2000. That's 904-564-2000.
To that one. Yeah. We head to the 4th. Jacksonville leading VCU 1-0 here on this Sunday at John Sessions Stadium. Scott Manzi, Chris Lehane back with you here. The Peanut Gallery in attendance as well in the Jacksonville press box here at Sessions Stadium. It's been a long baseball weekend. Well, we've had a good crew here for the majority of it.
Credit to Coach Hayes for scheduling a 4-game set with an extra game on Friday. On the weekend, you lose an hour of sleep.
First pitch curveball into VCU's Jack Schroeder, called a strike from Austin Temple here to start the 4th. Yeah, I tell you what, I woke up this morning cursing daylight savings time. The 0-1. Fastball down and away.
Yeah, I didn't feel it so much this morning. I thought I actually kind of forgot about it until I got in the car and the clock was wrong. I have a feeling tomorrow's not going to be a great day, Scott.
The 1-1 curveball again on the inner half for a strike. I went to bed last night and all I could do is think about it. I'm looking at the clock and I'm going, oh, it's midnight, but it's actually 1. Like this is crushing me right now. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Another breaking ball. Southern can't find it, though. Picks it up. Tosses high onto first. Coypel keeps the toe on the bag and just gets the out for out number 1.
Yeah, that was a little floater over the head. Beat the defender. Corner of the end zone.
Well, sometimes you got to drop it in over the defense, and that's exactly what Jacob Southern did there.
Coypel got both feet in. It's a touchdown.
Well, college, so you only have to get one.
Oh, yeah. You got 1 foot in.
And he got 1. 6th strikeout of the ball game for Austin Temple. Or 6th. That's the 5th, excuse me. High fly ball out to right field. Flowers going back on it. Makes the catch with his back against the wall to take away a hit from Hunter Vey, who hit one deep out to right field. That was an aggressive approach again from Vey, who swung at the first pitch his first time up and singled. Second time, he flies out to deep right. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 4th for Austin Temple.
Yeah, Hunter Vey must be seeing the ball well. He's seen 2 pitches. He's swung the bat 2 times and hit the ball well both times.
2 outs, bases empty. Josh Simon, the catcher, check swing on a first pitch slider called a strike.
Told you it was a good day to hit. Cloudy, relaxed eyes. It is that awkward sunlight right now where you don't know if you need sunglasses or not.
0-1, fastball runs away for ball 1.
These are the tough days for me because I always had sunglasses on during the day and I never knew if I needed them or not. It's like I put them on, it was too dark. I took them off, it was way too bright.
1-1 swung on and missed on a fastball at 93 away from Simon that time. Temple looking for a quick inning here. Most of the Dolphin fielders do have the shades on today. Flowers and Samayan rocking him. Provitz got him on top of the hat. Jalila has him on at short. The 1-2. And a fastball runs outside. My favorite is always the sunglasses on the top of the hat of the night game. Just in case the sun pops back out at some point in the 6th inning, you're ready to go. The 2-2. Down in the dirt. Laying off Simon, and the count runs full.
Yeah, I got worn out by our former assistant coach, who's now Florida Gator coach, Chuck Duralaman. I think I did that once, and I just kind of put him on top of my head and left him there.
Payoff pitch, and Temple just misses low, and a walk with 2 outs to Josh Simon extends the inning for VCU.
And I never did it again. Just even your own team heckles you. They're asking you if it's bright outside and it's 8 o'clock at night. It's not the greatest feeling.
Runner on first with 2 outs. Second man walked today by Austin Temple, and here is Brett Young, who struck out his first time up. The righty takes a first pitch fastball outside for ball 1. Temple was well on his way to a really fast inning, and this one, after losing Simon after getting ahead of him, he's now behind on Young as well. The 1-0. And he misses low with the fastball again. Crosswind still blowing here at John Sessions Stadium from left out to right field. Probably kind of in from left field, if you will, actually. The 2-0. Temple paints the outside corner that time at 92.
And the flag is starting to give us some indication. Kind of.
This has been one of the windiest years I can remember so far for JU baseball. 2-1 pitch. Tries the slider on the outside corner and misses away. It just feels like wind has had an impact on just about every game that Jacksonville's played at home this year.
Yeah, and that comes with the months. February and March here are those probably the 2, I would say, worst weather in our opinion as Floridians that we get all year.
Check over to first. Yeah, by late March, early April, you're really kind of settled into the really nice days here. I mean, it's the time of the year that I think is the best to live here in Northeast Florida. Sunny most of the days, not too hot yet. You can throw the windows open. 3-1 pitch. And fastball misses low, and that is back-to-back walks issued by Austin Temple here in the fourth, and a runner moves into scoring position for VCU as they try to tie this game up in the top of the fourth.
And I'm sure some families that are listening on the Virginia Commonwealth side are sitting here rolling their eyes as they still are running the heat up there in North.
Tell you what, I ran the heat last night and the last 2 nights here in Jacksonville. My apartment, and I don't keep it warm. I mean, I keep it at 64, and I needed the heat to get it to 64 the last 2 nights.
What kind of insulation do you have at your apartment?
It's just old, and
I just turn mine off. It usually stays on this time of year. Turn the whole thing off, and it stays right around 70. Some nights it gets a little colder.
What floor are you on?
Second.
Yeah, I'm on the second floor as well.
Yeah,
second of 2.
Okay, I'm on the
So
second.
I'm not like
second of 3.
I'm not boxed in.
I'm
quite the
insulated.
same
I'm
way.
insulated.
Yeah. First pitch is a curveball swung on and missed by Hibbets. Yeah, so my apartment gets hotter in the summer and colder in the winter. Tell you what, it is difficult at times to keep that thing cool with the sun just beating on the roof all the time.
And that's I'm glad I picked. I didn't really pick the second floor. I got the second floor because I'm insulated, so the electric bill stays down.
The 0-1 misses down and in
as much as it can in the summer.
Right. And it's tough.
I tell you what, my first time moving into the apartment, not a good month is July to have your first electric bill of your life.
No.
I was in for a rude awakening.
My first in my apartment was in August, and it was a very similar story.
Yes. I called my parents. I was like, did I do something wrong? Do I have to unplug things?
What is this number? Pickoff move back to second, and just back in safely. Josh Simon on a really nice move from Temple, and Jalila snuck back in behind him, put in the tag, and it was bang, bang at the bag. Simon nearly picked off. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, runners at first and second. And a 1-0 game, Jacksonville leading in the fourth. Slicing fly ball out into left field. Provitt jogging in on it to his right. Settles underneath, makes the catch, inning over. And Austin Temple, he's been a Houdini here today. He strands 2 more men on here in the fourth. We head to the home half, 1-0 Jacksonville on top. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute offers 9 convenient rehab centers with exemplary staff specifically trained to help you recover from a muscle, bone, or joint injury or surgery. JOI Rehab athletic trainers are on more than a dozen Northeast Florida athletic fields, including Jacksonville University, to provide important one-to-one care for high school and college athletes, ensuring their safety and good health. JOI, exclusive sports medicine provider for Bishop Kenny Athletics, JU, the Jacksonville Sharks, and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
With over 25 years of insurance-related auto accident and personal injury experience, the law offices of George Hunter, PA had the experience and knowledge when you need it most. For others, it's just business. For us, it's personal. Call us today at 1-833-221-HURT. The law offices of George Hunter, PA, a proud partner of Jacksonville University Athletics.
JU Dolphins would like to thank the team behind the team, Baptist Health, proud to be the official healthcare provider of Jacksonville University Athletics. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Bottom of the fourth inning, Jacksonville bringing Tyler McKenna to the plate here as we start things off, to be followed by Langston Provitt, then Elias Flowers. Jacksonville leading 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth against VCU. Dolphins looking for a third win in 4 games here this weekend. That would be undoubtedly a very successful weekend for Jacksonville if the Dolphins could hold on to win this one. Sorakowski starts the second and misses down and in with a fastball to start things off to McKenna. The 1-0. Downstairs again, 2 balls, no strikes to McKenna, who hit a hard ground ball to short his first time up, but was retired. Making his second start of his freshman campaign, Tyler McKenna swings it left-handed, awaits the 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. Watches 86, catches the belt for a strike. McKenna picked up his second hit of his Jacksonville career last night. The 2-1. Slicing ball into left field. Coming in on it a couple of steps and settling underneath. Henson makes the catch for out number 1.
Left fielder number 32.
1 out, bases empty for Langston Probert, who doubled his first time up. One of just 2 Jacksonville hits here today. Was stranded at third when it was all said and done. 2 teams combined have left 10 men on base here today. First pitch to Probert, and a first pitch slider for a strike on the outside corner. Again, Locklear in at third base to the edge of the infield grass. He backs up now even with the bag. He was victimized on that close positioning by the bouncing ground ball down the third baseline last time by Probert, and he fouls one off of his foot for a strike 2. One out, bases empty, and an 0-2 pitch from Sorakowski coming to Langston Probert. He delivers. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And he strikes out. That is the first batter struck out today by Sorakowski.
Right fielder number 10, Elias Flowers.
2 out, bases empty for Eli Flowers. Flowers today 0 for 1 with the ground out. Sorakowski at 57 pitches now on the afternoon through 3 2/3 innings. First pitch down in the dirt for ball 1. That was his 15th strikeout of the year. So he is a guy that can strike batters out, just had not had much success in that regard until the quick work he just made of Langston Probert a moment ago. He sets and delivers the 1-0 and catches the top of the zone to Flowers at 89 for a strike. Jacksonville getting the lone run of the day so far last inning after a leadoff runner reached on an error, stole second, went to third on a sac bunt, and came home on an RBI single to left. Check swing, Flowers goes around, and he's behind 1-2.
Really like the way what I've seen out of Flowers and early in his career. He just seems like a guy who plays really hard and likes to be out there, and he just does the right things, and he's a tough out.
1-2 high and away. He's a competitor, no doubt about it. And that you know it. You played here. That's what defines a JU baseball player.
And that's what gets you on the field. Competing and working hard and just doing the right things when you have that opportunity.
2-2. He shoots one into left off the end of the bat. Charging in on it, Henson. He has it in a first 1-2-3 inning for either team here today. Comes with Jacksonville at the plate at the bottom of the 4th. We head to the 5th. 1-0 Jacksonville on top. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Your local Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned, operates by a written code of ethics, and provides service you can trust. Put your vehicle in the care of ASE certified technicians in your neighborhood. They're backed by Napa. Quality parts, national warranties. That's Napa know-how. Your Napa Auto Care Center might just be the treated me fairly, I love those guys place you've been looking for your vehicle. Stop by today at
jacksnapa.com.
Well, I had to get a job today. The fishing life just didn't pay. Nos and Seabass figured out what freezing fresh was all about. So now we've laid our boats to rest and raise a toast to Sea Best. Sea Best, Sea Best, you just won't find a fresher catch. Sea Best, darn fine seafood frozen fresh.
Sea Best is frozen at its freshest and brought to you by Beaver Street Fisheries. There's seafood, then there's Sea Best.
Top of the fifth inning, 1-0. Jacksonville leading VCU here on this Sunday afternoon at John Sessions Stadium. Austin Temple back to work. His first pitch, a fastball for a strike at the knees. 90 miles an hour to the leadoff man here this inning, and in the order for VCU, Stephen Carpenter, who's 0 for 2 today. Temple sets, kicks, and fires the 0-1. Ground ball hit to the left side. 2 steps to his left, fielded between the legs by George, guides it on to first for out number 1. Brings up Paul Witt.
Shortstop number 2, Paul Witt.
Witt today has been as good as anybody here at the plate. 2 for his first 2 at the plate with a pair of singles after he went 1 for 4 against Jacksonville yesterday. Witt also had a pair of hits against Illinois State in their first game of the weekend on Friday afternoon. First pitch from Temple, and Witt thought about it, does not offer at an 89-mile-an-hour pitch that missed just a little bit in to the shortstop. The 1-0. Curveball, a little low. Ball 2. Temple is throwing his 80th pitch of the afternoon here and misses away with a fastball. And he has thrown more pitches here through his first 4 1/3 as he catches the outside corner with a fastball for a strike here than he has at any point before this season. He has really made his hay being efficient. Threw 83 pitches against West Virginia, 96 against Austin Peay. It's the most he has thrown this year. 3-1. Curveball that was dropped by Southern. Might have been strike 2 if he had held on to it. And that was in a very similar spot to what has been called a strike here much of the afternoon, but instead it's ball 4 to Witt, who's on base for the 3rd time today. And with 1 out, VCU has a base runner. Stop me if you've heard that before.
Yeah, but we touched on it there in the first inning. You talked a little bit about it in the second with Austin Temple. It seems like something he's just used to at this point of giving up a runner and then just settling in the stretch.
Yeah, he's almost better out of the stretch today. As he works to the stretch here, ground ball towards short. This could be 2. Jalila relays on to DeBrule. On to first. 6-4-3 double play right on cue. Temple gets the pitch he needs to get out of the inning again. First double play turned by Jacksonville today. The sensational middle infield doing it again for the Jacksonville Dolphins. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Jacksonville still on top 1-0. This is JU Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
This is Jacksonville women's basketball head coach Darnell Haney. Shenatry Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of JU Athletics, located east of downtown in the Arlington neighborhood. Shenatry Chiropractic specializes in acupuncture for pain relief and sports performance. See how their quality chiropractic care can help you with back pain, neck pain, auto accidents, sciatica, and more. For more information about Shenatry Chiropractic, please visit CHANATRYDC.com. Shenatry Chiropractic.
What do LeBron James, Mark Wahlberg, and JU's own Russell Knox all have in common? They're improving their athletic performance thanks to cryotherapy. Now you too can recover like the elite athletes at Cryotherapy Jax. It's Jacksonville's premier recovery center, providing cutting-edge therapy treatments including whole-body cryotherapy, Normatec, and red light therapy. For more information, check out cryotherapyjax.com.
Pitcher for VCU here to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Justin Sorakowski done after 4, in which he allowed 1 run on 3 hits. Or 2 hits, excuse me. Struck out 1, walked 1, hit 1. And the new arm for the Rams is Jaden Griffin, the southpaw. And he faces off against 9, 1, and 2 in the Jacksonville order to start the 5th. The lefty comes home with his first pitch and locates a curveball in the inner half to Jalila for strike number 1. Coda today 0 for 1. Griffin, 6 foot, 205-pound sophomore, as Jalila fouls one out of play to the right side. He's from Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia.
And there goes another light. Second
and
one
another
in 2
broken
days.
light. Same light pole, too.
Yeah, and yeah, Coach Hayes is not happy.
Those lights have been through a lot here over the years, and another one there. The 0-2. Friendly fire as well as the fastball misses high and away.
Yeah, and now, yeah, there's glass scattered across the sidewalk. We're going to have to get somebody out there to clean that up.
The 1-2 pitch. Curveball stays high and outside.
Yeah.
2-2. Shot the other way off the end of the bat by Jalila into right field, a base hit. And he's got his first of the day, the 3rd hit of the day for Jacksonville, and the Dolphins have a leadoff base runner aboard for the 3rd time here in this game.
Yeah, it's good to see Dakota kind of start to get within himself after a really, really tough start to the season, and he wasn't doing anything wrong. He just wasn't finding holes. He was hitting balls right at guys, and you could just see how frustrated he was because, I mean, Dakota, one of the best pure hitters on the team, and just couldn't find any gaps, and finally just starting to find some holes and get on base.
First pitch to Ruben Samayan, shows bunt, gets it down to the right side. This is a good bunt. Off the mound, fielded by the pitcher Griffin, tosses underhand onto first and beats Samayan by his step. He sacrifices the lead runner over Jalila into scoring position. 1 out, and Scott DeBrule being counted on here to try and drive in a run.
Yeah, really good bunt there by Ruben. Almost had a chance at a base hit, a good but awkward play by
Griffin. Yeah, he didn't. It's sort of like he was making up his mind what he had to do. It's tough for a lefty too, going off the mound.
And it definitely wasn't the underhand distance, and I think he noticed that about halfway through committing to the underhand. But
maybe he's good at cornhole. That was about the distance, I would say.
Maybe. Just practice.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's a ringer.
That's what they do at VCU pitching practice. They throw cornhole to make sure they can get the ball there.
Better than hacky sack. First pitch into Scott DeBrule, and he just misses away at 86.
I don't know how many people got that.
Hopefully not many. Hopefully not many. Try to keep that one relatively in-house. But you and I got it.
That's all that matters.
Wind blowing out now is the 1-0 pitch. Same spot, this time called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on DeBrule. Scotty 0 for 1 today. Dropped down a sacrifice bunt his last time to the plate. Runner at second base with 1 out, a 1-0 game. Jacksonville trying to extend that lead every run, appearing to be at a premium here in this one. A tight matchup between these two yesterday, 4-2 your final, Jacksonville won. Dolphins have played 2 straight close games, this one shaping up to be a third, the 1-1. Breaking ball, smack towards second base. DeBrule tossed the bat in disgust as it is scooped and tossed over to first by Carpenter for out number 2. The runner does move down to third base, Jalila. But that was not what Scotty was looking for there in that at-bat. 2 outs.
Third baseman number 22, Anthony.
This is the closest thing you could say to DeBrule being in a slump. And the fact that he's gone 7 at-bats without a hit.
There's a lot of hitters out there that would take that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I say it almost tongue-in-cheek because of the way that Scott DeBrule is capable of. Anthony George, first pitch, fastball misses high. Ball 1. George today, hit by a pitch, is also lined out, nearly drove in the first run of the game with a well-struck baseball with the infield in, but Carpenter with a lunging catch at second base to rob him of a base hit. 1-0. Curveball misses down and in. Here's the execution that Coach Hayes harps on. Jacksonville unable to do it in last night's game against Illinois State. Had managed to do it at least once here earlier today, trying to make it 2 times. Another breaking ball, and this one finishes a little bit inside here to Anthony George. It's 3-0. And Coypel looming on deck for Jacksonville. Though it is a lefty-on-lefty matchup if it does come to him. .3-0 pitch. And George walks on a high fastball. Runners at the corners with 2 outs, and here comes Coypel, who drove in the lone run of the game already for Jacksonville, going the other way with a single back in the 3rd.
First baseman, number 8, Christian Coypel.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Coach Hayes out of the dugout, barking some instructions to his team as Coypel smooths out the batter's box on the left side and gets ready to try and make this a 2-0 game. First time he has faced off against Griffin here today. First pitch, and it's a fastball low for ball 1. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Jalila started this inning off by singling to right field. He advanced all the way around to 3rd. Anthony George just drew a walk. Second drawn by a Jacksonville hitter today, the 1-0. And Coypel takes a curveball that catches the outside corner for a strike. Coypel stepped out of the box for a moment. Now he's back in. Awaits the 1-1. Here it comes. And lays off another off-speed pitch that misses high and away for ball 2. Good opportunity here for Coypel. He's worked himself ahead in the count. As dangerous a hitter as they come in this Jacksonville lineup. Really, you don't want to face anybody in this top 4, maybe even this top 5 for Jacksonville in these type of situations. The 2-1 hit slowly down to the right side on a breaking ball, charging in on a Carpenter, throws on the run a little high to first, but gets the out, and that ends the inning. Jacksonville strands runners at the corners, and it remains 1-0 here as we head to the 6th. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Calling all little Dolphin fans, the Duncan Kids Club is back for the 2019-2020 season. This year, you have the option to choose between our 2 memberships, the Dolphin Free Membership and the VIP Dolphin Club. Kids Club members must be in 8th grade or younger and will receive exclusive benefits, including access to home events, a t-shirt, a lanyard, and more. To learn more about membership benefits and to sign up, check out our Fan Zone tab on JUDolphins.com.
The Hampton Inn Oceanfront Jacksonville Beaches location is perfect for everything from a weekend getaway, a corporate conference, or even a beautiful beach wedding. Our heated lagoon-style pool with cascading waterfalls and rock grottos sets the mood for rest and relaxation. Our unique event space and full-service catering department offers everything you need for any special event. Join us at the Tides Beach Bar and Grill, where you can enjoy the ocean breeze and your favorite libation. Call the Hampton Inn Oceanfront for more details at 904-241-2311.
The second inning, Jacksonville holding on to a 1-0 lead so far. Both teams have left enough men on base to start a whole new team. VCU has stranded 6 men on through 5 innings. Jacksonville has left 6 men on through 5 innings, and we head to the 6th in a 1-0 contest. Austin Temple awaiting the drag to end from left right, and he'll take the mound again as he tries to work 6 strong innings for a 4th consecutive start. Temple has been about as consistent as the male coming in, as he has gone out there and he has delivered for Jacksonville in every start this year, put him in a position to win all 4 of them now, and he's trying to keep it going here in the 6th and finish out another quality start.
Yeah, and it's the same thing Temple has been doing the last few weeks, is just getting on the mound and competing. Not necessarily what you would say is his best stuff. It's, he's not having command issues, but I mean, obviously he would admit that he could be better. But the big thing for Austin Temple is he's just competing, and he might get a guy, allow a runner to reach, maybe walk a guy, but he's been locking in when he needs to, and really doing a great job just keeping his defense comfortable. And in a 1-run game, obviously he'd like to have the run support Trent Palmer had on Friday night.
No doubt. Wouldn't every pitcher.
But that's all you ask for out of Austin Temple right now. And going into the 6th inning, you hope to see the same thing out of him. Only 3 hits on the board for the Rams, and just keep throwing strikes if you're Austin Temple.
He faces Brandon Henson, the cleanup hitter, to start things off here in the 6th. 1-0 Jacksonville. Both teams have combined for 6 hits here today, 3 each. Henson so far today 0 for 2. The fly out and a strikeout. First pitch swinging. He shoots one back out into center field. Charging on it. Samayan lays out and secures it for out number 1. Full extension charging in. Ruben Samayan with an excellent play out in center field to rob Henson of a base hit to lead off the 6th.
It all starts with a read off the bat. That ball's hit right on the nose, and the toughest ball to read as an outfielder are the ones that are hit right at you, because you don't really get a feel for, is that over my head or is it hit hard? And Samayan, one of the best to do it, right now, and his 4th year of experience out in center field, he read that right off the bat and got a great jump on it.
First pitch inside corner, called a strike to Jack Schroeder. I would argue that is the biggest asset that Ruben Samayan has out in center. I think he's an elite ball tracker.
Oh, yeah.
And because of that, he gets such great jumps. 1-0-1 pitch misses low for a ball. And while he is quick, he's not necessarily fast per se, but he's a guy that gets where he needs to go in a hurry and generally reads the ball right the whole way. And because of that, he has been great in center field for 4 years now. Curveball called a strike on the inside corner, now 1-2 to Schroeder.
Yeah, I wish we could get one of those, like ESPN or whatever, and the Amazon, what I'm talking about, where they get the route efficiency.
Yeah, something like that. 1-2 pitch. Grounded to the left side. Charging in on it. George fields it level with the bag at third. Throws over to first and beats Schroeder by a step for route number 2.
Yeah, that's something that Samayan, he already had that when he got in, came here to Jacksonville. He already had that ability. He's good at reading the ball, tracking it, but over these last years, it's automatic. I mean, he, off the crack of the bat, he's always got a good step on it. So credit to Ruben, obviously puts in the work, and credit to the coaching staff for putting him in the right position as well.
Here's Hunter Vay. The designated hitter takes ball 1 outside. The 1-0. Fouled out of play to the left side. Ooh, that nearly broke another light as it bounced off of the light pole to the left side and carried him back onto the field.
Hayes might install nets on these lights to
try and keep them from any more of them from biting the dust.
That or he might just start hitting balls at the lights so he could
just knock all the glass out.
Just say, hey, we need new lights.
The 1-1 fouled straight back.
That's another Cheddar's foul ball.
Force somebody's hand in getting us new lights.
Paging Mr. Hayes. Mr. Hayes, your opening day center fielder. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat, blooped over towards shortstop. Into shallow left goes Jalila. He secures it, and there you go. A 1-2-3 inning for the first time today for Austin Temple, thanks to a little bit of help from his defense as well. He works through 6 over 90 pitches here on the day, right at 90, in fact, and maybe he'll come back out to start the 7th. We will see. 1-0 Jacksonville on top. We head to the home half. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, and I want to welcome you to Hodges Mazda at the Avenues. Here at Hodges Mazda, we strive to ensure a satisfying and comfortable car buying experience. Whether you're looking for a brand new Mazda or a pre-owned vehicle, we have a great selection to choose from. Hodges Mazda wants to provide you with peace of mind. If you find the same new Mazda for less within 3 days, Hodges Mazda will pay you the difference or your money back. That's the Hodges Mazda guarantee. Visit us online today at hodgesmazda.com.
Folks, the First Coast has voted. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to be chosen as Bold City's best in the orthopedic practice and physical therapy and rehab center categories. For the last 25 years, JOI has continually strived for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. As the needs of the community evolve, so will they. That's why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call them at JOI 2000 or visit JOI.net. Go where the pros go.
Nothing beats the power and excitement of live events like Ticket Smarter. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or in the app. With every ticket transaction made at Ticketsmarter.com, TicketSmarter will donate $1 to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticket resale partner of Jacksonville University Athletics. Download the app today. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets. Jacob Southern leads off the 6th inning for Jacksonville, who lead 1-0 over VCU. Jacksonville try to extend this lead a little bit here in the 6th. Have had some chances. Have managed to push one run across. The difference so far in this one, first pitch to Jacob Southern. Misses upstairs at 78 from Jaden Griffin, who's back out for his 2nd inning of relief work. The southpaw, the Canadian native from Vauxhall Academy of Baseball. 1-0 pitch fouled back. Of course, Jacksonville, familiar with Nova Scotia, had a pipeline there in women's soccer for years, it felt like. At one point, there was 6 Canadians on the team at once. 5 of them hailed from Nova Scotia.
Yeah. One of which has stayed behind to hang out with us in the athletic department. Joelle D'Entremont, if you're listening, probably not.
No, definitely not. 1-1 pitch misses outside. Now 2-1 to Jacob Southern. Yeah, did a video feature on that many years ago when Joelle was just a freshman. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, popped up right side of the infield into foul territory. A couple of Rams giving chase, and that one lands into the seats above the VCU dugout. Canadians good at women's soccer. Not as good as men's soccer, but their women's national team is considered one of the better in the world.
Mm-hmm. And one of those Canadians, former Jacksonville Dolphins, Sope Akindoju, her sister, I think her name is Tene Akindoju, current Texas Longhorn. She is actually she's been in that Canadian national team system for a while now, and we might see her at the next World Cup. From what I hear, she's a heck of a soccer player.
Payoff pitch to Southern. Ground ball hit to the left side, and that bounces its way through as it sneaks between the shortstop and the second baseman. And a single for Jacob Southern to lead off the 6th. Brings up Tyler McKenna.
Number 46, Tyler McKenna.
McKenna today 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. And here we go, Jacksonville with the leadoff man on. It has been more often than not that the Dolphins have managed to get the leadoff man aboard. 4th time in 6 innings, Jacksonville has done so. We'll see if McKenna bunts or swings away here. Squares the bunt and gets it down. Back to the mound, fielded by Griffin. He turns and he goes underhand again to first, this time even longer from in front of the mound. Maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable throwing overhand on to first, but he Able to get McKenna out, but that was a long, long underhand toss.
And that goes back to the cornhole conversation, if you were listening earlier.
That's beyond cornhole length at that point. I wonder if he has the yips or something. Is it like a John Lester can't throw the ball to first situation? And this is the only way he can get it there, but it has worked twice now.
I'm not sure. Those are some definitely non-underhand toss distances, but they got the job done. So
here's Langston Provitt with the runner at second and 1 out, and a big swing and a miss on a slider inside for strike one. Jacksonville would love to see another run go up on this board. The way this game has gone, 2 runs, I don't want to say you'd feel comfortable, but you'd feel a lot better than just one. 0-1 pitch, misses down and in as Provitt squared to bunt and pulled the bat back. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Jacksonville left fielder, who is 1 for 2 today with a double and a strikeout. It's been one of those where you sit there and you say, now one swing of the bat can't tie this game up. You feel like you might be able to do enough. Another bunt shown by Provitt, and he takes inside the ball in and out of the glove of the catcher Simon. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, I mean, in a 1-0 game, and the way that the both teams have been pitching it, you definitely would love to see a second run come across the board, just to give a little bit more breathing room.
Griffin, a couple of glances back to second, comes home with the 2-1, and Provitt gets a bunt down the third base line, charging in on a Locklear, and he pulls the hand back at the last second as that rolls foul about halfway up the line. I don't think he would have had a chance at Provitt if he barehanded that. Provitt's so fast, and Locklear all of a sudden saw with the spin on that baseball that it was going foul and pulled his hand back at the last possible moment to let it roll foul. Nearly a excellent bunt hit for Langston Provitt, but unfortunate with the spin on that baseball that it turns into strike 2.
I mean, really good bunt attempt there by Provitt, just unlucky. Like you said, the spin on the ball. And then a really good play there by the third baseman, Locklear, to have the idea to pull his hand back.
2-2. Provitt off the hands, slowly down toward third, retreating back to second. Southern. Locklear up, throws on to first, and oh boy, bang bang at first. Provitt nearly beat it out, but called out at first. 5-3 for route number 2.
Right fielder number 10, Elias Flowers.
Man, just showing the speed of Langston Provitt there. I mean, that's a routine ground ball, and because of that, because of the look back to second base by Locklear, just a brief moment, he nearly got burned for an infield hit.
Yeah, I mean, I think Locklear looked up and kind of was surprised at how fast. I mean, obviously Provitt's fast, but he was moving down that first base line, and just, that speed that we talked about earlier in the game, just showing it off and how much of a threat that is, because Locklear could have easily looked up, saw that, he was more than halfway and panicked and threw it away.
First pitch to Flowers, spikes in the dirt in front of the plate. Simon takes it off the chest protector and rolls back out onto the field. Southern stays put at second base. Throughout the course of this weekend, a lot of baseball games have been played. This is the 5th game played so far this weekend. 1-0, and Flowers swings and misses at a curveball for strike 1. We've seen just about anything. But really, today, I would argue this might be the cleanest game that's been played here this weekend, which is not what you expect to see on a Sunday, especially a long weekend for both teams involved. The 1-1. Showing bunt, Flowers pushes it down the first baseline, picked up by the catcher Simon. Instead of electing to try and let that one roll foul, he rifles on to first and throws at Flowers for out number 3. So Jacksonville strands a man in scoring position, and we head to the 7th, still 1-0 Dolphins on top. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
They answered the question.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, and I want to welcome you to Hodges Mazda at the Avenues. Here at Hodges Mazda, we believe the vehicle sale is just the beginning of our commitment to you. We want you to enjoy a long-lasting ownership experience. Our factory-trained technicians are here to guarantee top-notch service in a timely manner. In addition, when you buy from Hodges Mazda, you'll receive your first oil change on us, and you'll receive free car washes for life. That's the Hodges Mazda guarantee. Visit us online today at hodgesmazda.com.
This is Stephen Lucy, team physician for Jacksonville University. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute are the team behind your team, serving as the official sports medicine provider for Jacksonville University. JOI offers a complete range of orthopedic care and rehabilitation services to keep the Dolphins on the field and in the game. Don't you want to go where the pros go? Visit joi.net or call JOI 2000 for more information.
Austin Temple back out to start the 7th inning. Gets an out here. It's his longest outing of the year. 92 pitches so far for Temple, who has held VCU scoreless. 3 hits allowed. He has struck out 5, walked 4. That really the only kind of number you look at and you say, that's been kind of the toughest part of the game for Temple here so far, but he has done a great job when base runners get on of keeping them from coming around to scores. He starts things off with a breaking ball high to Josh Simon, the catcher, ball 1. He is 0 for 1 today with a walk. The 1-0. And Simon takes a really nice looking slider there from Temple that missed perhaps a little bit low. 2-0. Temple with the subtle shake of the head as he climbs back onto the rubber there. Sets, deals the 2-0 pitch. Simon grounds one foul over to the Jacksonville dugout. Duncan Hunter threw that one left-handed for some reason when he picked it up. And showed why he's not left-handed. The 2-1. Ground ball to third. It's been a busy day for George, who somehow picks one at third on a wicked hop and rifles across the diamond in time for out number 1. My goodness, that one leapt up at the last possible moment on George, who just pulled the glove up to his left shoulder to snag it after he was ready to take that one between the legs. Nifty play by the redshirt senior third baseman for route number 1.
Back to that conversation we had earlier about the catcher coming out of Anthony Georgie. I mean, he basically got his chest in front of it and reacted as if a ball was in the dirt.
Bunt shown by Brett Young, pulls the bat back on a fastball that missed high to start the at-bat.
I mean, that's what you get out of putting a catcher at third base who's athletic as George is. He's fearless over there.
1-0, grounded off the mound. It is Jalila with a nice stop behind the bag at second base, spinning, throwing, and out number 2 as the Dolphin defense is flashing the leather here in the 7th.
He made that look way too easy, Scott.
Yes, he did.
He made that look.
What are the chances you made that play?
No,
you played a little shortstop in your time.
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna make it, but like if I caught it, it definitely wasn't as easy. Like the ball found my glove.
Spinning and then somehow throwing it away.
Yeah, no, I mean, or I do it and I make it look a lot harder than that.
You knock it down or something.
Yeah, like I mean, I had a decent glove, but he just made that look like a routine play. I mean, that's Dakota Jalila.
First pitch down and in to Hibbets, who is 0 for 2 today.
I still want to know the story of why he wasn't in the starting lineup. I mean, what was that a mistake?
Hibbets fouls one off.
Maybe it didn't feel right before the game, and then, I don't know.
1 ball, 1 strike on Hibbets with 2 outs here in the 7th. Austin Temple throwing his 100th pitch of the day. The 1-1 is slicing foul out of play to the left side, 1-2.
Cheddar's foul ball.
Couple of ground outs here to start this inning.
And this is and this inning, or at least the beginning of the inning, Temple falls behind the first batter, 2 balls, and you might think, maybe he's starting to wear a little bit, and
1-2 down in the dirt with the breaking ball.
And he comes back, 2 strikes, comes back with the 2-0, gets a strike, and then gets the ground out with the help from George. I mean, that's what Austin Temple has been doing all year long. It's, he's just been competing, and let the defense help, and the defense has been phenomenal behind him.
2-2. Tries to frame it on the outside corner with a curveball, just a little bit off. Full count.
But credit to Austin Temple, because all he's been doing, not only today, I mean specifically today, just competing all season long. And today is just the epitome of his season so far, of just every single pitch and just locking in, and even when runners are on, and he's been finding ways to get out of it and make those big pitches.
Payoff pitch swung on and missed. Temple with his 6th strikeout of the day to finish 7 strong. How about this? 7 straight sat down for Temple, but even more impressive, he has thrown 19 straight scoreless innings. 19 straight over his last 3 starts. 1-0 Jacksonville leads. It's time to stand and stretch here at John Sessions Stadium. 1-0 Dolphins on top. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
This is Jacksonville University. It's not just a perfect place for sunny waterfront beauty shots. Although, here you choose the future you want. How? By defining it yourself. You customize your path and make it one of a kind. You want to build a future where you decide what impact you make? You want to create a life that's limited by nothing but your own ingenuity? You've come to the right place.
To stay on top of your game, it's important to take good care of yourself. And that's exactly what Baptist Primary Care doctors specialize in, helping you know the score when it comes to your health. And with more than 1,400 physicians in our network, Baptist Primary Care is your direct link to all of Baptist Health. To establish a relationship with a Baptist Primary Care doctor near you, call 202-CARE. Baptist Health, proud to be the official healthcare provider for JU Athletics.
New pitcher for VCU here in the bottom of the 7th. Jacksonville leading 1-0 over the Rams of VCU. Third pitcher used today by this VCU staff, and it is Evan Chenier, a sophomore, 6'5", 215 pounds from Georgetown, Ontario, Canada. And he faces off against Dakota Jalila to lead things off here in the 7th. Chenier appearing in relief for the 7th time this season. He's thrown 9 1/3 innings to this point. 11 hits allowed, 6 runs, 4 earned, 1 strikeout, 5 walks. So Jacksonville hitters should try and be patient here against Chenier. 9-1-2 due up here for the Dolphins in the 7th. Clinging to a 1-run lead thanks to phenomenal pitching from Austin Temple here today. But it would be great to give him a little breathing room. First pitch from Chenier off the end of the bat from Jalila. Tap down towards second base. Fielded by the first baseman Hibbets. Tosses underhand to the covering Chenier for out number 1.
Center fielder number 4, Ruben Samayan.
And that is the first time since the 4th that Jacksonville's leadoff man hasn't reached. Here comes Ruben Samayan. Productive at-bats all day for Ruben. He walked in the first, reached on an error and came around to score the lone run of the game for either side in the 3rd. Dropped down a sac bunt in the 5th. Doing what he's been asked to do. First pitch from Chenier, who is all arms and legs as he goes into his motion and misses with a fastball away for ball 1. A lot of moving parts in his windup. Time called by Samayan. Now the 1-0. Slider high and away, ball 2. Base is empty, 1 out here in the 7th. The 2-0. Chenier locates at the belt at 88 for a strike. Both teams are going to look back and say, man, we left a lot of men on base here today at the end of this one, regardless of the result, as the 2-1 pitch misses high and away. Though Austin Temple has kind of mitigated that for VCU. They have not left a man on each of the last 3 innings. Foul ball off to the left side and out of play. Full count.
Foul ball.
A double play to get out of the 5th, and it did not allow a base runner in each of the 6th or the 7th. Payoff pitch. Samayan walks, ball 4 outside. And for the second time today, he is on base via the free pass.
Yeah, 4 productive at-bats out of Ruben Samayan, and that is exactly what you ask of your leadoff hitter. Not, you're not asking for doubles into the gap. You're not asking always for line drives up the middle. You're just asking for productive at-bats. And, a walk in the first at-bat to lead off the game. You got, he reached on an error the first, his second at-bat, but, I think it was like 7 or 8 pitches. And then a sac bunt and a walk, and that's just what you want out of a leadoff hitter every game.
Here's Scott DeBrule with a runner on first and 1 out, and he takes a first pitch at 86 in the inner half for a strike. Scotty 0 for 2 today. He is 0 for his last 7. His last hit came in the first inning against VCU yesterday afternoon as they check on Samayan. Did reach base 3 times in that game total. Walked his next 2 times to the plate before grounding out in the 7th in his final plate appearance of the first half of the doubleheader. Reached on a fielder's choice, lined out, grounded out twice in the nightcap last night, and has reached on a fielder's choice, dropped down a sac bunt, and grounded out so far here today. Another throw over to first to check on Samayan, who's back in safely. 0-1 the count on Scotty. Still hitting .422 this year. Tops on this team. The 0-1 from Chenier. Runner takes off. DeBrule knocks a foul ball over the light pole to the left side and out of play. 0-2.
Yeah, and that's Coach Hayes right there, kind of having a feel for, and obviously we're going to use the word struggling or slumping slightly here with Scott DeBrule.
Right. Air quotes around that,
yeah,
no doubt.
But knowing that, Scotty hasn't got a hit here, and then, like you said, the last couple games, and knowing the type of hitter he was, probably wanted to put Ruben in motion to open up the field a little bit for DeBrule.
The 0-2. Bouncing ball back up the middle, and it is through into center field. Samayan takes a turnaround second, holds up there. That one snuck past the diving shortstop Witt, who laid out to his left, was unable to get a glove on it, and there you go, Scott DeBrule right back on the horse as he singles here with 1 out in the 7th, putting runners at first and second for Anthony George.
And a good thing there that the runners weren't in motion, because if Samayan's moving on that pitch right there, it just basically gives one of those middle infielders, whoever's covering the bag, a head start, at that ball up the middle. All you got to do is scoop it, touch second, throw to first. That's an easy double play, but sometimes it's just it's all about timing.
All about timing. Anthony George has been on base twice today. Does not have a hit yet this afternoon as he takes a first pitch high and away at 85 for a ball. George was hit by a pitch his first time up, walked in the 5th. Samayan at second base, DeBrule at first. 1 out here in the 7th. Jacksonville trying to create a little separation here late in this one against VCU. Leading 1-0. The 1-0. And that's another slider away for ball 2.
This is a great opportunity for the Dolphins. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Not you'd want no outs, but 1 out for George here. With only, VCU only has 2 more opportunities to put a run across. You'd like a little more breathing room for Austin Temple and whoever's behind him in the pen.
2-0, hit in the air, tailing out to the right center field gap on the run, caught by the center fielder, Young, and tagging up Samayan, heads down to third base on the long fly out. That one hit well, carried off the bat of George, but Young able to run it down for out number 2. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and here comes Christian Coypel. He already drove in 1 run today, the lone run of the day. Can he do it again here in the 7th?
Yeah,
1 for 3 on the day.
This is the guy you know in today's game. It's the guy you might want up if you're in the Dolphin dugout. The only guy that's produced today with runners in scoring position. The reason we have a run across because of his single to left field, and you're hoping that you can see a little more production out of Coypel here to extend the lead for the Dolphins.
First pitch from Chenier, swung on and missed. 89 sinking, and Coypel sitting fastball there to start. Just waved over the top of it. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, 1-0 Jacksonville in the bottom of the 7th.
And then going ahead 0-1, if I'm Chenier, I'm not throwing Christian Coypel a fastball until I have 3 balls on him at this point.
Time called by Coypel, not granted. And a slider misses down and in.
Yeah, you got to be vocal there if you're Christian Coypel. I mean, the umpires are preach that, and it's something it's not too hard to ask for time. And, it's honestly, you should never even take your hand off the bat. All you got to do is say time, please, time. Mm-hmm. This habit that has been introduced to baseball.
1-1 popped up, but that gets out of play. Left side foul ball.
I don't know who I guess kids were watching too much Big Leaguers when they were growing up because, sticking your hand out.
Blame Jeter.
Sticking your hand out and just assuming the umpire is going to see your hand, off the bat. I mean, it's pretty easy just to yell. I mean, I can understand if you're in a hostile environment with 70,000 people watching, maybe. But, I mean...
Not exactly what we're sitting in here today.
Yeah, it's a nice quiet Sunday afternoon here at John Sessions Stadium. So all you got to do is ask home plate umpire John Lavin for time, and I'm sure you're going to get granted it.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Chenier starts his leg kick, and that time Coypel said time and was granted time.
See? It's not that hard.
Steps out.
He must have a hot mic. He's got the earpiece in. He's listening to the broadcast.
Coypel back in. Now the 1-2 from Chenier. Misses down and in at 88 for ball number 2. Coypel went the other way when he drove in the run back in the 3rd. The difference so far in this ball game. Left fielder Henson is playing quite shallow out in left. And Locklear's deep over at 3rd. The 2-2. Coypel swings and misses on a breaking ball down and in and strikes out to end the inning and the threat. We head to the 8th. It's still a 1-0 game. Jacksonville on top. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Is hip or knee pain getting in the way of doing the things you love? Waiting to see the doctor could be making your condition worse. If you've had any of the 5 hip or knee symptoms that shouldn't be ignored, like pain or discomfort while sitting, driving, walking, exercising, or even sleeping, and haven't found relief from anti-inflammatory medicine, it's time to see the specialists at Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our physicians offer new and innovative treatments for hip and knee pain. And the doctors at JOI are Jacksonville's most experienced at using Makoplasty, a state-of-the-art surgical technique that harnesses robotic technology for precision placement of hip and knee implants. Don't live with hip or knee pain a moment longer. Make an appointment today with a hip and knee specialist from Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Call 904-JOI-2000. That's 904-564-2000.
Last inning I wanted to be when Dakota was walking up. Pablo Sanchez, see Pablo Sanchez going.
Austin Temple back out to start the 8th inning. 104 pitches for Temp so far here today. He has held VCU scoreless over 7 strong. His longest outing of the season. Not the longest outing of his career, however. Of course, that came in the never-ending conference tournament game against Stetson last year, in which he was an absolute workhorse. 10 innings in his start. Unbelievable. First pitch is a fastball in the outside corner that is called ball 1 to Stephen Carpenter, who is 0 for 3 today. The 1-0. And he locates this time with a breaking ball for strike 1. Temple had never pitched more than 6 innings in a ballgame in his Jacksonville career until that tournament game against Stetson, when he goes 10. 1-1. Called strike 2 on another breaking ball. And Chris, you and I both did that game, and my goodness, one of the best pitch games I have ever seen.
Between both sides.
Between both sides. Chris Gonzalez for Stetson. Austin Temple for Jacksonville. The 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, and two guys, it was one unbelievable, to watch these two guys go back and forth. I believe both guys went all 9 innings, if I remember correctly.
They both went 10.
And Chris Gonzalez was a guy that got hit around by the Dolphins earlier in the year.
2-2 swung on and missed. Got him to chase down and away, and Temple has his 7th strikeout of the ball game.
Shortstop number 2, Paul Witt.
So he has matched his strikeout total from his first 2 starts of the year, 1 shy of his season high. And here comes head coach Chris Hayes out to the mound. Hugs, high fives, fist bumps all the way around for Austin Temple. 7 1/3 here today of just absolutely incredible pitching. And Jacksonville going to the bullpen, bringing Nick Love in out of the pen with 2 outs and the bases empty in the top of the 8th in a 1-run game. We'll step aside while he gets loose. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner and the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
To stay on top of your game, it's important to take good care of yourself. And that's exactly what Baptist Primary Care doctors specialize in, helping you know the score when it comes to your health. And with more than 1,400 physicians in our network, Baptist Primary Care is your direct link to all of Baptist Health. To establish a relationship with a Baptist Primary Care doctor near you, call 202-CARE. Baptist Health, proud to be the official healthcare provider for JU Athletics.
With over 25 years of insurance-related auto accident and personal injury experience, the law offices of George Hunter, PA had the experience and knowledge when you need it most. For others, it's just business. For us, it's personal. Call us today at 1-833-221-HURT. The law offices of George Hunter, PA, a proud partner of Jacksonville University Athletics.
72-66 with 22 seconds. Nick Love getting loose for Jacksonville. He pitched against VCU yesterday, got the final 2 outs of the 8th inning against the Rams. Gave up 1 hit, struck out 1 in his relief appearance, and he'll try and do a similar thing here today. For Love, he is now appeared in 7 games this season with this appearance, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks for the sophomore from Callahan. He faces off against Paul Witt to start his appearance on the mound here today. Witt has been on base all 3 times he has come to the plate today. A couple of singles and a walk for the VCU shortstop. 1-0. Jacksonville leads in the top of the 8th with 1 out. The first pitch is a fastball at 89 that misses high and away to Witt for ball 1. The 1-0. Love with a big looping curveball that stays up and in. 2-0. Pitch, and that is hit high in the air out into left field. Waiting on it, Provin a couple of steps back, now a few steps in, and he has it for out number 2. Witt just got a little too far underneath that one, and it turns into the second out of the inning.
Hey, he didn't miss contact by much. He just, like you said, just got under it, got the bottom half of that baseball, but the timing was definitely there.
Here comes Tyler Locklear. Grounded into a double play his last time up. Has also struck out looking and walked today. 2 outs, bases empty. 1-0 Jacksonville, top of the 8th. Love kicks and fires. And just misses outside with a fastball that ramped up to 92. Locklear steps out for a moment. He's back in. Love's already ready. He sets and delivers the 1-0. Goes with a slider and misses low. The 2-0 from Love. And that time he fires in a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Love trying to bridge the gap to Chris Maloney in the 9th. Did so yesterday as Jacksonville won a close one against VCU. The 2-1. That is bounced foul to the left side. And the count evens at 2. And Jacksonville trying to do the same thing again here on Sunday against VCU, though this one a little more, or a little closer, you could say, certainly. Jacksonville, the game only got to 1 run for not even a full half inning yesterday before Jacksonville pushed it back out to 2 in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2. On the ground, down to second base. DeBrule up with it. Sidearms on to first. Inning over. Nick Love does his job in relief. And Jacksonville still leads by 1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Southern, McKenna, Provett due up for the Dolphins who lead 1-0. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Well, I had to get a job today. The fishing life just didn't pay. Now since Seabass figured out what freezing fresh was all about, so now we've laid our boats to rest and raise a toast to Seabest. Seabest, Seabest, you just won't find a fresher catch. Seabest, Seabest, darn fine seafood frozen fresh.
Seabest is frozen at its freshest and brought to you by Beaver Street Fisheries. There's seafood, then there's Seabest.
Your local Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned, operates by a written code of ethics, and provides service you can trust. Put your vehicle in the care of ASE certified technicians in your neighborhood. They're backed by Napa. Quality parts, national warranties. That's Napa know-how. Your Napa Auto Care Center might just be the treated me fairly, I love those guys place you've been looking for your vehicle. Stop by today at
jacksnapa.com. He just bottom of the 8th inning, 1-0. Jacksonville hanging on to a slim lead. A lone run scored in this game back in the 3rd inning on a Christian Coypel RBI single to left that scored Ruben Samayan. That's the difference so far. Here is Jacob Southern facing against Evan Chenier. And a first pitch swinging and a fly ball out into right field. Drifting to his left, Young has it for route number 1. Chenier, not far off Evan Fournier, the swingman for the Orlando Magic. Also, he's French. Chenier, I would imagine, is French-Canadian. So he hails from Ontario, not Quebec. Not right next door, though. Georgetown, maybe it's right on the border. Guess I could look that up. Here's Tim, not Tim McKenna, that's his dad. He used to play here. Tyler McKenna coming up. who is 0 for 1 today. Dropped down a sack bunt his last time up. It takes the ball outside to start the at-bat. The 1-0. High and away. Ball 2. In the greater Toronto area. How about that? Slider at the knees for a strike to McKenna, now 2-1. Named after entrepreneur George Kennedy, who settled the area in 1821. The 2-1. Ground ball foul to the right side. There is a French presence. How about that? No early history of concentration of French Canadians, but that changed after World War II. The 2-2 pitch. Painted the outside corner with a curveball, and that is strike 3. Actually, changeup, I think, there to McKenna. Strikeout number 2, actually, for Chenier in relief. Forgot to jot down that first one he made. He is fan 2 here in an inning and 2/3 of relief so far. Base is empty. 2 outs, and Provitt takes outside 1-0. Provitt 1 for 3 today with a double. One of Jacksonville's 5 hits here today. He fouls one off, and it's 1-1. Chenier looking to sit down the Dolphins in order here in the 8th. His 1-1 pitch. Showing bunt. Provitt tries to sneak it down the third base line, but it rolls foul. And it's 1-2. And Provitt watches a slider missed downstairs. It snuck right past the catcher Simon, rolled back to the wall to even the count at 2 balls with 2 strikes. Jacksonville hasn't played a 1-run game in a while after a lot of the early ones were decided that way. Provitt just got hit on a breaking ball that came up in on him. Just didn't quite break enough there from Chenier, and Provitt jogs down to first. So a base runner for Jacksonville here in the 8th, and expect Provitt to be in motion at some point here with 2 outs in the 8th inning in a 1-run game. And here comes Elias Flowers to the plate. Jacksonville has played 5 1-run games this year, have won just one of them, 1-4 so far.
And those are the ones that make the difference at the end of the year. So you'd like to see the Dolphins start to try to steal some of these 1-run games and put them into their favor as we get farther into the year, because those things make a difference at the end of the year.
First pitch to Flowers, off the end of the bat, down into left field, coming in on it, making the catch, Hudson Henson. That ends the inning. So that does it. Jacksonville gets a base runner via the hit by pitch, but nothing more. We head to the 9th. Dolphins try and close at a 1-0 win when we return. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
This is Jacksonville women's basketball head coach Darnell Haney. Shenatry Chiropractic is a proud sponsor of JU Athletics, located east of downtown in the Arlington neighborhood. Shenatry Chiropractic specializes in acupuncture for pain relief and sports performance. See how their quality chiropractic care can help you with back pain, neck pain, auto accidents, sciatica, and more. For more information about Shenatry Chiropractic, please visit CHANATRYDC.com. Shenatry Chiropractic.
What do LeBron James, Mark Wahlberg, and JU's own Russell Knox all have in common? They're improving their athletic performance thanks to cryotherapy. Now you too can recover like the elite athletes at Cryotherapy Jax. It's Jacksonville's premier recovery center, providing cutting-edge therapy treatments including whole-body cryotherapy, Normatec, and red light therapy. For more information, check out cryotherapyjax.com.
You know what, Courtney? I'll just do it. Probably gonna be easier. I'm trying to send a picture and everything else. Bottom of the ninth inning, 1-0. Jacksonville leads. Or top of the ninth inning, excuse me. Jacksonville on top, and Chris Maloney out of the bullpen trying to close it out and pick up his third save of the year. He works against VCU for the second straight day. He threw a perfect ninth yesterday. Struck out the side in order to get that win. We'll see if he can do it again here. Don't necessarily need him to strike out the side. Just get 3 outs without giving up a run. Duncan Hunter has entered the ballgame to play right field. And Elias Flowers shifts over to left field.
And it seems like what you would think you would normally see is some infield defensive changes. With
no Kyle Richardson coming in here.
What I'm thinking is the logic behind that is you got Anthony George is due up 4th if the VCU Rams are to tie this game here. That you want to keep George's bat in the lineup for as dangerous he is, and so if in the unfortunate circumstance that the Rams come back and tie this game, or just if the Dolphins basically have a chance to hit in the bottom of the ninth, you hope that doesn't happen. But if they do, I believe Coach Hayes' thought process there is to make sure that he keeps that dangerous bat in the lineup.
Maloney, his first pitch of the day is a fastball that just misses away from Brandon Henson for ball 1. Henson 0 for 3 here in this one. Maloney kicks and fires the 1-0 pitch. Locates this one at 92 on the outside edge for a strike. Time called. Henson steps out for a moment. The 1-1 slider. Just low for a ball. 2-1 to Henson, who is yet to take the bat off his shoulders in this at-bat. 2-1, paints the outside corner with another heater, evening the count. Maloney taking his time, now kicks and fires the 2-2, hit down the line in right on the run. Hunter going back to the wall, and it's a solo home run that just sneaks inside the foul pole down in right off the bat of Henson to tie us up at 1.
Yeah, that's just taking the velocity that Maloney brings, and he did exactly what he needed to do with that pitch, a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And that's impressive. He hit it well over the right field wall as a right-handed batter. And, you just have to tip your cap there.
So tied at 1. A solo home run at the top of the ninth for VCU. And here comes Jack Schroeder. First pitch swinging, he fouls it out of play to the right side. 0-1. And that's where you look back and you go, man, all those men left on base. You really wish you could have pushed across even one more of them. And you'd be sitting there saying one swing of the bat doesn't doom you. Another foul ball to the right side out of play.
And you touched on it earlier in the game. We were talking about it too. You get that one run across earlier in the game, that one swing doesn't hurt you, and you see it right here. It's you leave how many guys on, and it comes back to bite you in the ninth inning.
Another foul ball out of play to the right side as Maloney has hammered Schroeder inside here in this at-bat. Yeah, grand total of
10.
So far 10 guys left on base today by Jacksonville, a lot of them in scoring position. And, sometimes you can sit there and say you're good enough to overcome that, but that puts a lot of pressure on a pitching staff who have largely done their job here today. The 0-2. And another foul ball by Schroeder. He has hit all of them in the exact same spot. If you're camped out over there looking for foul balls or a Cheddar's coupon, you're going to get one. Swung on and missed. Got him down in the dirt. It rolls away from Southern. He steps out from behind the plate, throws down to first, gets the out there. One out.
Designated hitter number 15, Hunter Bay.
Brings up Hunter Bay. Vay is 1 for 3 here today. He swings it left-handed, stands in against Maloney with the bases empty and 1 out. Maloney fires, and that is shot down the left field line, but foul. It hooked just to the left of the bag. A foul ball for strike number 1. The 0-1. Just misses away with the fastball. Ran that one up to 93. Ball and a strike with 1 out and the base is empty. The 1-1. Slider that bounces through the legs of Jacob Southern back to the wall for ball 2. See how Maloney, if he can settle down here and get these final 2 outs of the inning as another foul ball is popped in the air to the left side and out of play. That's where you look at it. You're a team like VCU. Obviously, things haven't gone your way for much of this weekend. 0 for 2 so far here in Jacksonville. But you stick with it. When you look at that scoreboard and you say, hey, we're down by just 1. Battle, battle, battle. And they're able to take advantage of 1 pitch, all they needed. Two balls, 2 strikes on Hunter Vay. Jacksonville with 9-1 and 2 up in the bottom half of this inning. The 2-2. Tries to locate a breaking ball on the outside edge, but it stays away, and the count runs full now to Vay. Vay today's lone hit coming back in the second inning as a couple of flyouts since then. Maloney comes home with a 3-2 pitch and a high fly ball down the left field line that is drifting toward foul territory and lands into the terrace area. Well, it has not been the same kind of outing here from Maloney that he had yesterday against VCU. He struck out the side in the 9th, took him only 12 pitches to do so. Another payoff pitch, swung on and missed as he gets Vay to chase upstairs for his second strikeout of the ball game. Now 2 outs here in the 9th. We're still tied at 1.
Catcher number 17, Josh Simon.
Here comes Josh Simon with the bases empty and 2 gone. Maloney has thrown 17 pitches already here in this inning. Simon today, 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts to third base and has drawn a walk. First pitch swinging. He chases a fastball down low for strike one. So if you're the Dolphins, you're just trying to take a little momentum back into the dugout here and find a way to rally here in the ninth. And the 0-1 pitch fouled back into the netting. 0-2. And then from there, hey, maybe you get a first walk-off of the year if you're Jacksonville. One swing of the bat can change things for the Dolphins the bottom half of this one, too.
Yeah. Can go either way now. Would be a good time for the Dolphins to make up for the those runners we were talking about being left this game.
0-2 pitch. Slider on the outside corner called strike three. So Maloney strikes out the side, but a solo home run the other way off the bat of Brandon Henson. That left the yard just inside the foul pole on the right field side. His team leading 6th of the year. Ties us up at 1. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth. All knotted up at 1. You're listening to Jacksonville University Baseball from Van Wagner on the Jacksonville Dolphins Radio Network.
Calling all little Dolphin fans, the Duncan Kids Club is back for the 2019-2020 season. This year you have the option to choose between our 2 memberships, the Dolphin Free Membership and the VIP Dolphin Club. Kids Club members must be in 8th grade or younger and will receive exclusive benefits, including access to home events, a t-shirt, a lanyard, and more. To learn more about membership benefits and to sign up, check out our Fan Zone tab on JUDolphins.com.
The Hampton Inn Oceanfront Jacksonville Beaches location is perfect for everything from a weekend getaway, a corporate conference, or even a beautiful beach wedding. Our heated lagoon-style pool with cascading waterfalls and rock grottos sets the mood for rest and relaxation. Our unique event space and full-service catering department offers everything you need for any special event. Join us at the Tides Beach Bar and Grill where you can enjoy the ocean breeze and your favorite libation. Call the Hampton Inn Oceanfront for more details at 904-241-2311.
Bottom of the ninth inning, all tied at 1, 9, 1, and 2 in the Jacksonville order due up here for the Dolphins as JU looks to walk it off here and conclude this Sunday. VCU with a solo home run in the top half of this inning to tie it up. Now Jacksonville looking to answer right back. And you like who you have up here. Jalila has one of Jacksonville's 5 hits today. He leads it off. And then the top of the order. And a bunch of vets, 3 seniors in a row, lining up here at the plate for Jacksonville in the bottom of the ninth. Facing Evan Chenier, and for a third inning of relief work. And he misses down and outside with the slider to start the at-bat, ball 1. The 1-0. Jalila out into right field. A couple of steps to his right. Schroeder has it for out number 1. One gone, and here comes Ruben Samayan. Ruben has been on base 3 times today, 2 walks, and reached on an error. Scored the lone run of the day for Jacksonville. First pitch he sees, a swing and a miss on a fastball away. Ruben still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. However, batting .281 on the season. The 0-1. And he knocks this one foul straight backward.
It's another Cheddar's foul ball.
With his propensity to get on base here today, Samayan has ticked that on base percentage up 3 points shy of .400 on the season. He's behind in the count 0-2 with 1 out and the bases empty. Chenier delivers. And another foul ball from Samayan off to the left.
Cheddar's foul ball.
Chenier delivers the 0-2 and misses high and away. Now explain to me here, Chris. You know baseball maybe a little better than I do. Why is Chenier not balking every time he does that little rock?
Well, there's nobody on base.
But he's done it with guys on base.
Oh, so if he does it with runners on base, he's established it as a normal delivery.
Okay.
He's established that is his, he's not doing anything to deceive the runners, deceive the hitter. So if he establishes it right away and the umpires recognize that, it's not a balk.
2-2. Back up the middle, a hot shot, and Ruben Samayan has a single here in the ninth. All right, here comes Scott DeBrule. His first hit of the day came his last time up when he singled up the middle. Jacksonville has a man on base. The winning run is on here with one out in the ninth. And we'll see if, in fact, this feels like a prime spot for Jacksonville to get a little motion going.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe Coach Hayes will wait a pitch here, just see what kind of setup VCU wants to have. Maybe there's a pitch out right away, knowing how much JU likes to move here. But not a bad time for a hit and run. But like I said, I wouldn't expect it to see on the first pitch. But, we'll see.
Runner on first with one out. DeBrule awaits the first pitch and takes a slider low for ball one. Chenier has thrown 39 pitches here in 2 1/3 innings of relief. Samaya takes his lead off first. A throw over to check on him. He's back in standing up. He has not taken a very big lead at any point so far in this at-bat. Taking only about a step and a half to get back to the bag at first, but Chenier is going to work his best to keep him close. Takes his lead. The 1-0. High and away. Ball 2.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for I wouldn't expect it, but I wouldn't be surprised at some motion here from the Dolphins with the 2-0 count. Pitcher obviously doesn't want to fall behind 3-0 and put the winning run on second. So you could see some motion here in a hitter's count.
And a ground ball down to second base, dropped initially by the second baseman, and no chance at a double play after they force out the runner at second base. So initially there, Carpenter had what looked like a double play ball, but he dropped it on the initial transfer, picked it up, tossed sidearm over to second base to force out Samayan for out number 2. But Scott DeBrule reaches, and the winning run still on base here for Anthony George with 2 outs now in the ninth.
So Hayes decided to go with the fake break from Ruben Samayan to try to get some motion from the middle infielders, which he did, except Scott DeBrule hit it right to, the second baseman only took about 2 steps to his right.
First pitch to George is a fastball low.
So not much movement, but, even if he doesn't take those 2 steps, I think it's still a double play there. Maybe if Ruben is completely in motion, that it's vacated, but you can't predict that. Scotty hit the ball hard, kind of unlucky there. Still, like you said, beat it out, so we still have that winning run on first base.
They'll check on him. He's back in safely without a tag. Anthony George feels due. He has been on base twice, hit by pitch and a walk. Does not have a hit yet in this game.
Well, we talked about the reason Kyle Richardson didn't go into third base in the 9th inning for this reason.
1-0, runner takes off, ground ball toward the left side of the infield, and it bounces away from the second baseman, Carpenter, who went in front of the bag at second to try and stab that at the shortstop side and was unable to field it cleanly, which allows all runners to reach.
And it seems like the second baseman, Carpenter, has just been in the perfect spot this inning, because with DeBrule in motion right there, it looked to be a hit and run from the Dolphins with the type of swing George took there. he just the second baseman Carpenter just continued basically his route to second base, ran through the bag, and he just missed the ball. He played it perfectly, kept going through the ball. I think he just picked his head up looking at the runner too quickly.
An E4 puts the winning run in scoring position. And Christian Coypel at the plate, Jacksonville's RBI leader. Knocked in his 15th of the year earlier this game back in the third. 2 outs. First pitch. Coypel can't hold up on a pitch away, and that is strike 1.
Yeah, this is where Christian just has to take a step out, take a deep breath, realize that everything's right in front of him. Don't try to do too much here and just slow the game down, stay within yourself, and, a base hit has a really good chance at probably anywhere but left field right now of winning this ball game.
They are playing very shallow in left with Henson. Big hole to the left side, however, as they're playing Coypel to pull, and he lays off a pitch away for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Christian Coypel. Winning run in scoring position for Jacksonville, and a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the ninth. Scott DeBrule, who runs well, a candidate to win this game on a base hit. Anthony George at first base, but he's moot at this point. Just did his job to get the runner over. 1-1 to Coypel, and a swing and a miss on an inside slider, and he's behind 1-2. Coypel out of the box, readjusts the batting gloves. Chenier walks around the mound before climbing back on. Coypel with a deep breath, and he climbs back in. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the ninth in a tie game. The 1-2. Coypel into right center field. This is falling in for a base hit. DeBrule rounding third, and Jacksonville wins on a walk-off RBI single from Christian Coypel. First walk-off of the year for the Dolphins, who finished the weekend with 3 wins in 4 games. Leppy delivers again.
That's the ball game.
Yeah, he got a great pitch to battle with there. Credit to Coypel for being ready, but not sure what, the approach there, to try to get him out there. You're up in a 1-2 count. I was about to say I expect something to be in the dirt on the plate here.
Way too much on the plate on that pitch.
Maybe I would have gone with on a righty-lefty matchup there, change up in the dirt, maybe a back foot slider. But it looked like he it looked like he was setting up for a fastball away, maybe a backdoor slider, and just hung right over the plate. And Christian Coypel did exactly what he needed to